All right. What's up? Oh shit, we're live. What's up? So we have a new house guest here. That's Monique back there. Say hi to Monique, everybody.
Hi, Monique.
Hey, Monique.
I'm inserting her consciousness tomorrow. So KJ may be on the way out. You know.
She ain't good at hand jobs, I'll tell you that.
There's an apparatus, Dust. Oh, there's an apparatus. Trust me.
She looks like Bridget Nielsen if she played the Terminator.
It does kind of look like Bridget Nielsen if she played.
It does.
I will say that my father is a master metal shaper, and he actually he created that entire thing from scratch. So
what's a thing?
It's a female, a shapely female.
So is that a replica of your mom then?
You know, Brian, there's a line, Brian.
You know, it's like an 80s movie. You know what I mean?
Crossed the line.
A little awkward.
Loses his wife, builds fucking Monique.
I know where, you know, Brian, I know you know where I live, but I also know where you live, and it's not always fucking frozen in Delaware.
It's like an Amazing Stories episode.
It certainly is. It certainly is. So yeah, my parents came for a visit, and my dad's actually going to spend some time working on Monique. He is making her a chainmail dress out of pop tops. Yep, you heard me right. A chainmail dress.
What's up, Fuzzy Britches?
So, huh? No, I don't want. My dad's actually sitting right from me. I don't want you to dress this mannequin while we're on the air.
Might be interesting.
All I've gone too far.
Might be interesting.
It might be. It might be a different kind of show. So let's get rolling here. What's up, party people? Welcome to Enter the Realm, episode 137, the Realm of Collectors podcast. Pull the chair up at the cool table, a group of like-minded podcasts and shows featuring this one, Enter the Realm, Shattercast Uncut, Nerd Rage Radio, Plastic Fanatics, Figga Bangin', Beer and Bolters 40K, 8 Weeks, Stasis Lock, Toy Detox, Building Up to It, Fresh Communication, and Breaking the Mold. You can check out music from Cobra Law Records. Of Cabbages and Kings is Nathan Haskell's newest album, available on his Bandcamp, and hard copies are available. Tell them how to get those, Dust.
I just hit up nathanhaskell@gmail.com or hit him up on Instagram or hit me up. I'll get it to you.
That's right. Or just yell really loud and somebody will send you one.
See.
You can send your What's in the Fucking Box and Shelf Life videos to
Enter the Realmcast@gmail.com.
You can find the Realm on Facebook. We are the Realm of Collectors. Instagram is at Realm of Collectors. Shout out to Antoine, killing it over there for us. Make sure you follow the hashtag Realm of Collectors. And our website, realmofcollectors.com. You can check out the blog, pick up some merch. And if you're listening on an audio format, give us a 5-star rating, because that's what all the cool kids are doing. This episode of Enter the Realm is brought to you by Agabucks.com. Agabus is the official e-tailer partner of the Realm of Collectors. Visit Agabucks.com today for all your masterpiece and third-party needs. $5.95 flat rate shipping, free shipping on orders over $150. Price matching with other online retailers in Agabucks. Your same as cash reward system. Make a purchase and earn points immediately to use towards your next purchase. Visit Agabus.com for details. My name is Chris Pinkerton, if you're nasty. Joining me tonight is an amended Jackal squad. We're down 2 tonight.
Just like Sweetie in the back. She's down 2 hands.
That's right. We're missing 2 tonight. 1 for business and 1 for pleasure. We'll let you figure out who's who. Coming up first is the man with the blackest eye in the room. Talking shit about my mama. Brian Brink. What's up, dude?
What's up, guys? Happy Monday the 12th.
I have to ask you a question real quick, Brian.
Yep.
Why is it? What are you? Okay, now I see even more confusion. So you've got a Star Wars scene set up behind you with
Every
11.
time I see this setup, it's different.
And Bender is involved somehow.
That's right.
He's going by, hello, my baby. Hello, my buddy.
Give us your best bender there, Brian.
Bite my shiny metal ass.
There you go. But why the level?
I'm sorry. The level?
Why the level?
Oh, because I was doing work in here yesterday. Yeah, make sure
you were leveling things.
That's right.
Well, I didn't know the shelves were okay.
He was leveling things.
Putting slats underneath them.
I'll tell you, the shelves are level, but the floors here are not level.
Yeah. I feel your pain. I live in a fun house. Nothing's. It's all wavy, twisty. So moving down the line here, my very own personal thunder thief, the biggest heel in the room, young Daniel.
Hey, what's going on, everyone?
Hey Dan, did you know that the lower thirds are back?
I did.
Okay, I'm just
zero fucks given.
Zero fucks given.
CFG.
Speaking of ZFG, the Rockfather himself, Dust Mites.
Yo, the king of ZFGs. Fuck all that shit.
There you go.
What's up, guys? Welcome to Enter the Realm.
Speaking of kings, the king of Mazinger Z, of late anyways, is Victory Saber 77.
What's up?
All right. That was a lot of fun. Let's do it one more time in a segment I like to call What'd You Get? So, Brian.
Yo.
Lay it on us. What'd you get?
I got another shelf that I put together.
Yay,
so
yay.
I'm done building and buying shelves, which is good. And also, I got one other thing. Shout out to Hanny. I got the Diaclone relaunch big powered GV IMS version. Yep.
So forgive my ignorance, but you just said a lot of things, and I know what Diaclone is, and I think I've seen big powered. But what is the rest of that jabber that came out of your face?
So basically, they did a repaint of it. And so I seem to be going in completionist on this line. I'm looking at my nice display of mint and sealed boxes. Well, actually, some are mint and box. And yeah, so when I first started doing this, they were doing repaints. I was like, you know what? I'm going to do the repaints only. But then the repaints didn't really fit a theme all onto their own. So then I got confused. I'm like, you know what? I think I'm just going to want all of them. So last year I backtracked and got them all. And pretty much I'm all caught up now.
And guess what? You can find them at the table. The next.
No,
NJCC.
no, sir. No, sir. I got a shelf down here reserved. I'm going to set them all up and have a lot of fun. They're modular. They all have parts that work with each other. They have these little dudes that are, you can put them in little mech suits and whatnot.
Little doodads. Bits.
Yep.
Bits
I've
and
been trying to Google here to find out what IMS means, and I can't remember. I think it's like independent mercenary something squad. I don't know.
It's irritable.
I was trying to find something
syndrome.
too, Chris. I've been thinking like for 30 seconds.
Irritable. What's an M word, people? Irritable mouth syndrome. Irritable mouse syndrome. I don't know.
Irritable mice walking around squeaking.
Oh yeah, that's bad. All right, young Daniel.
Not much. Been light on the stuff, but I did get a whole bunch of Dragon Ball cards in last week.
Like greeting cards, like "Happy Birthday" from Goku.
No, just
No?
trading cards.
Happy Kamehameha Day.
You're gonna
I
you're
wish.
gonna put them in plastic sleeves.
They already are.
Look at this guy. So do you play that game? Do you play the game with him, or are you just hanging out to the playing like?
No, I have a
card.
weekly meetup I go to on Thursdays, and I do
Thursdays.
some tournaments every now and then.
Is it like a big money buy-in for the tournament?
It's usually about $5 depending on the tournament, so it's not too
Okay,
bad.
that's not big money. Hey, there's
ultra rares.
Oh yeah, yeah. The one they have for this series is the Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Cool. It's pretty dope.
You know, now I got something for IMS.
What is it?
It must suck that you're gonna be selling that at the next NJC.
IMS is it must suck. There we go. That's
That's all I
that'll
have.
be a new. We'll put that in the file with Step on the Monkey. IMS. It must suck. All right. Speaking of sucking dust.
Yo, first off, I want to tell everybody check out the Cobra Law podcast called Welcome to the Terradrome. It's on Cobra Law Records YouTube channel. First episode is up. Second episode goes up this week. It's also for download on Nathan Haskell's SoundCloud page, and it will be up on iTunes, hopefully, by the end of the week. Little plug there for myself. Joining us as we talk about nothing about music or Cobra or G.I. Joe at all. So
It must be confusing if people find it. Oh, Cobra
Yes.
Live.
yeah, well, we talk a little music here and there, but but it's a fun time. We have
No,
some,
I'm just saying if people find it for looking for a G.I. Joe podcast.
like what the fuck are these assholes? That's why Mitty was like, "How come you didn't like just throw it on the Realm of Collectors YouTube channel?" I'm like, "Bro, it's nothing to do with collecting." You know what I mean? We'll just keep it on our side there. What did I get this week? I got, of course, a couple of hard copies of Cabbages and Kings on Cobra Law Records, Nathan Haskell's new solo album. I finally got a new computer chair, so I'm not disappearing every 3 minutes. You know, shout out to the old one.
I have to say, you guys gave me a bunch of shit about my oatmeal jar last week. How many farts were in that chair?
Dude, you know how much time is on that chair? that chair goes back to the beginning of the R.O.C. Every old hangout, every old conference call, every old beat making session. I bought that one when it was liberation time for me. So that's how far back that goes, about 4 years. So that chair, a lot of snoozing in that chair.
Oh yeah,
A lot of sleeping in that fucking chair.
I remember the first time I watched you fall asleep in that chair.
It was the best time ever.
It was romantic.
I have that video. I'm gonna put it together with some crazy music, maybe, and put it up on the channel for
Step
people
on
to
the monkey and do it.
I got this from Fresh Communication Podcast. Shout out to Intex and Lucio. Got their t-shirts. Support your local Cool Table Network members. And I think that's it, man. That was it for the week.
All right.
Low key.
James.
What did I get? Let's see. I got the GX73. No, not 73. 70 Mazinger Z. And recently I just got the GX07. The OVA Mazinger Z. Got the GX01R Mazinger Z. Got the Super Robot Chigoken Mazinger Z with the weapons pack. Got the Great Mazinger. I got the Marvel Legends Thanos Wave. I think I'm forgetting some, but that's about it. That's
No packs this week.
No, later on in the week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I will say it was pretty clever the way you did those pictures of the I think you did a Taskmaster master getting replaced and a couple of the other ones.
Yeah.
That was clever. I like the way you did that. So I have a question about the Mazinger Z. Were you a fan of that prior to the last month, or is this just a rabbit hole you've fallen in?
This is the rabbit hole I've fallen into. The Play Arts Kai has kind of dried up a little bit, and so
you bought it all.
well, I haven't bought all of it. I just haven't gotten any good deals, and I don't want to pay retail for anything. So
Gotcha.
I've done the JISC rule. I as far as all the current stuff, I have not paid retail for it. I've been able to pay under. But I was looking at the Soul Jigoken shelf that I have, and I'm like, you know what? I don't have the very first one that was in that wave or in that series, which is Mazinger Z. And then the movie came out, and I was thinking, you know what? I got the pre-order for the Infinity, and I thought, let's get the rest of them. And so I'm only down 2 for the Soul Jigoken. I need the GX49, and I obviously need the DX, which I don't know if I want to spend that much money on that. Because I know it can be a little fragile and the armor bits kind of fall off easily. But
so I know, I know the one Brink picked up, he was disappointed in the size. Are any of these? It's kind of hard to tell. Like,
they're all the Mazinger or the girl.
Hey, I got you covered, Brink. Come on over.
All right.
Just bring those Kevlar condoms.
Taking doll life to the next level here.
That's right, to a whole nother level. So they're all smaller. None of them are like the size of the Voltron.
No. The smaller the figure, at least with the Mazinger Z, the more die-cast. The bigger they are, the less die-cast you're going to get, or the higher the price is going to be. The Soul Jigoken ones are roughly maybe 6.5 inches tall, maybe a little bit bigger. I have Maz and Kaiser coming in a couple days. So I think he is the tallest one out of the group. But the DX ones are like around like 12 inches tall. So yeah, they're not that big. And then the Super Robot Chigokins are even smaller.
See, when you say super robot, I'm immediately thinking it's this giant thing for some reason.
No, they're smaller. They're kind of on the, some would say, cheaper side. They're Solar Chigokin, then you got Super Robot Chigokin. The Super Robot Chigokins are 4.5 inches tall, but they're highly posable. But they still have the die cast, at least in the legs and the feet and such. So they're mainly used to mess around with.
Gotcha.
So
okay, I just curious because honestly, I had heard of it before, but you know, I knew that they released the movie or whatever, and a lot of people went and saw it. And then I know Brink had gotten it, and I don't know much about it. So
it's cool. It came out of the 70s. I'm getting a better appreciation for the old classic robot kind of animes and such. So
Now, wasn't one of the Shogun Warriors named Mazinga?
I think so.
Was it a different? Remember the old Shogun Warriors from the late 70s? I thought
Doesn't the guy on
I don't know if it looks the same.
Same Mazinga?
I remember Mazinger. It might not be the same, but let me look. I should know this, but I don't. I would like to get an old collection Shogun Warriors, but they're expensive.
Yeah, they're pricey for sure.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
It's Mazinga.
Bazinga.
Bazinga.
With an A. He's part of the. He's part of the. Must be part of 3-6 Mafia. It's little Mazinga.
Lil Mazinga.
Mazinga.
Sunday Heat has asked that James show us one of his Mazingers.
Oh,
it's that type of show? Show me your toys.
We're gonna make it happen.
The only thing I have is the Super Robot Chigokin that's in front of me. So that one.
If you want to see his Mazinga toys, you can check out his Instagram page where he's been taking pictures of
Yeah,
his
I have
toys.
actually. Yep.
And where is that Instagram page at?
Victory Saber 77.
There you go. Look at
Now,
that.
have you forgive my lack of knowledge here. Have you been reviewing these?
No, not yet.
You
I
haven't?
would probably will
I didn't think I'd seen them pop up.
once I get more of them, so I could do a little bit more of a comparison. But
Oh yeah, I look forward to seeing that because I am curious to learn more about it as I continue to change my collecting habits. You never know what I might learn to like. So,
Chris, there's no soft goods on these, just to give you fair warning.
but
It's
if
a
you
bl-
like that metal chick behind you, then this is the route to go.
listen. The all that is a blank canvas. Brian Brink.
All right.
All it is a blank canvas.
He's got a plug. Don't you worry. Don't you
Yeah.
fret.
So is Monique like dressed in undergarments, or is that painted on? What's the deal?
She has a metal bikini on.
Ooh,
Oh.
Slave Leia.
All Leia.
It's made of copper. I'm being informed right now. So
Yeah, but you just
it's
get
a
out of that
copper
chair,
cooch.
bring Dad on, and Dad can talk about it.
say you want me to get my dad up here? You
Yeah,
really don't want my
It's
dad.
the Silverhawks member that never made the sensors, the copper cooch.
Silverhawks.
Copper Kid's distant cousin.
Yes.
Monique.
Trailer Park One.
Shout out to Monique, the copper cooch.
She's the character that comes in season 3 because the kids are getting older, and you're like, what the fuck is this? You know.
Chris, by the way, what'd you get?
Oh hey, so I got. What did I
Besides
get?
a new friend.
I got the Knights of the Slice Lime figure, and I posted this in the group and put in figures nobody's ever heard of news. It's 1,000 Toys collaboration with a place called Toy Pizza. That's basically the body of the synthetic human with some other stuff with it, and they're kind of pizza themed. I didn't go in on them at first, but Jose had one of them and was selling it, and then immediately the next one, fresh hot coffee, and look at that, it's a clear coffee mug with the Roma Collectors logo. Fancy.
He's 6 minutes late.
He is 6 minutes late. Such a nice deep etch. Hang on. We have clarification from Frosted Flakes on this time delay. Speaking to the microphone.
So I had to wait for this to be finished
Oh, this is hot off the press.
before
yes.
I could transfer it because it was already made.
Okay.
I hope you clean that, dude. Otherwise, you're gonna get glass shavings everywhere.
Yeah, glass shavings everywhere, Dan. I'm just drinking hot glass shavings. Anyways, thank you very much. Yeah. So I got that. I got the Mafex Bane.
What do you think?
I got do what?
What do you think?
I think I took it out of the box and put it on the shelf, and I haven't really messed with it, to be
It's
honest.
gonna be sold.
But it's fine.
Mm.
I haven't really messed with it much. And then I got the Rebel Tech Captain America, which may be the worst or best figure I've ever had, and I haven't quite decided where it lands.
Is that one of those Yamaguchi ones?
Yeah. How do you say that, Brian?
Yamaguchi?
Are you from Alabama? Because you sure do sound like it.
Yeah,
It's from Yamaguchi.
I heard it's amazing.
Toyota.
It's
You heard it was
amazing.
amazing?
It's an amazing Yamaguchi.
Well, it is amazing. There will be a review of it on a Masked Man's channel shortly. He is currently looking at it. So, and I believe that is it. Oh, I didn't mention this. I got a shirt from Cody actually a couple weeks ago, and I forgot to mention it in my haul. So, one of his art shirts. And shout out to Manny. Manny knows who Manny is, and thank you for the re-up today, Manny. Manny keeps me in supplies for some shipping necessities. So,
Oh, is
I
that
thought they were gonna say cocaine.
yeah, and cocaine. Yes, thank you, Manny, for all the cocaine.
but he collects knives and lighters, right? Is that, I think?
He does. He collects all sorts of stuff.
Oh, okay, gotcha. That.
Manny is actually an official member of the Nerd Rage team now. Believe it or not. Well, I mean, just one more look. Look at that. Look at that coffee.
Look at that. New merch. Let me
I know we've been clamoring for the merch. Thank you, by the way, to everybody who has been picking up mugs and the NJCC shirts. We are about out of the NJCC shirts. Just a handful left of those. The mugs, I think we're actually sold out on the mugs, but we're making them on demand. So if you want a mug, still hit me up. And in a collaboration with Etchbox, a company we have close relationships with, we can get
Some
you
say
on
a little too close.
some say. And we also have these fancy coffee mugs available, as well as many other glassware options. So if you're interested in representing the realm, just hit me up.
Hey,
So-
Monique doesn't have like a Realm tramp stamp etched in the back or anything like that, does she?
Not yet. Not yet. I'm hoping to get that done this week. I have Jisk do it with like a scribble. No, she
You
does
said
not
that
have.
to Jisk, you're never getting it back.
I don't
Just
think
brand
I've
that
seen to
bitch.
Jisk.
So Chris, does Monique have combable hair, or is that like molded?
Back on the
copper
fucking
hair?
copper crotch.
It's not moldable. It is actually copper wire that's been
Oh my
cut and split open, so it hurts to touch. I had to move her to put her there. So. Oh, it's a ground wire from a welder that's 1,000,000 years old.
Wow.
My dad's feeding me lines. Any other questions about the metal mannequin that's behind me? If you're listening on the audio format, at least pop into the YouTube, give a thumbs up, and look at this freak show I have going on. Any other questions? Any questions from the chat about Monday? I'm almost afraid to look in the chat right now. Do you guys ship to Canada? Yeah, we'll ship to Canada on your dime. We'll ship intergalactically. I'm watching Tattoo.
Glass is heavy.
Yeah, the glasses in a box weigh about 3 pounds. So
Just think about when you get that bong delivered. You know,
where's her hands, Dave? You don't need to worry about where her hands are.
motherfuckers will spend $60 on a bong delivered, but they won't spend money on a fucking realm.
No, I've shipped them. We got them going to California,
Nice.
Texas, of course, Delaware. If you're in the Northeast, it's not expensive at all. It's like $7-8.
Ooh, does she have double jointed elbows?
The bitch don't even have hands.
Double jointed elbows.
I'm right over there. So let's get into some news.
Definitely no ab crunch.
Yeah, there's no ab crunch, no double jointed elbows, no knee articulation. Her arms do come off.
Damn though.
Her arms do come off. It's much more like a statue.
Must be a Mattel figure. True Star Screamer says.
Yeah, it certainly is. So, sent the news hounds out today, and Brian Brink, I believe, came up with some Transformers news. We do have some topics we're going to talk about tonight, some things that have happened in the community of late. But we're going to do this little bit of news here. Brian's up first with the Transformers news. Tell us what you have, Brian.
All right. And now the news. And I scraped the bottom of the barrel for this one, folks.
Well, it definitely looks like you did.
Yeah. So I think I showed a picture of this last week. This is the Battle Trap, I think they're calling it, which is the new Legends combiner with 2 Legends figures.
Claptrap.
Well, Claptrap, was that it?
No, that's what Monique has. But
as you can see down,
clam trap.
Clam Trap.
If Chris isn't on next week, I'm sure he's out getting a tetanus shot.
Hey, buddy. I got one last week. I knew it was coming.
All right. So as you can see down here in the bottom right, they will be making a flywheels, it looks like. So here's the tank part with his Titan Master head. You can see a tank with a head.
Didn't they already make that?
Hey, look, man.
That was part of the Titan Master series.
Okay, maybe they did. I don't know, but it looks like it's made, and maybe I don't remember the fly part, but we got the wheels, I guess, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I do remember this toy as a kid. I think my friend had it. It was kind of fun. All right. And then right. So we don't need to talk about this any longer.
I know. Hang on. I have a question here because the fellow on the left, I actually still have to this day. Do fly wheels?
That's it. Fly wheels.
Look at me knowing things about Transformers, guys.
Fly wheels. Fly
So what the fuck's he got to do with what's going on in the background? Did they make flywheels?
Right. So this is G1 here. This is G1 here. This is the Power of the Primes 2-part figure that they put out.
Powder primes?
Yes, pardon me. Powder Primes.
So are they making flywheels as a powder prime?
I believe so, yes.
Because I might actually buy that because I actually dig that little character.
Memories.
Like the corners of my mind.
Chris is getting back in the robots, y'all.
Little watercolored memories. Yeah, because these don't hurt my hands to transform. Okay, sorry, Brian.
Oh, no problem. I like here how they arranged the
It's a nice
propellers.
modern take. I like it. I won't buy it, but it looks pretty cool.
I dig it. I got the blue one.
For a Hasbro joint.
I forgot to buy the white one at NJCC.
Easy.
Racist.
Racist fuck.
Sorry, the non-blue one. I forgot to buy the non-blue one.
Hey, Dad, if you're
That's
gonna
almost
watch,
worse.
if you're gonna watch, give us a thumbs up.
Is he watching?
Yeah, my dad's actually watching on headphones.
Awesome. I love it.
Make sure
Sorry.
to get in the chat for a shout out.
No, don't get into
Yeah.
that first out.
Yo, tell him Chat Squad assemble. Make sure he titty smacks that like button.
What a strange world I live in.
Hey, have you guys seen this before?
Mm-hmm.
That's Orion, isn't it?
Orion.
It is, and Zeta is releasing Orion again.
Yes.
I think we talked about that already, but
So is it going to be about $35?
And that would probably be the sweet spot.
that would
that
be
would be
awesome.
It is a really good figure, man. I love that thing.
I like the color on this one better than the original release too.
Yeah, the original one was a little too.
It's got silver accents and
I have to tell you,
a little too much on the pinkish side, right?
I have to
Little
say this,
salmon.
this coffee is so much better out of this mug.
It's because Mason peed in it.
Actually, I think the cat's got a hold of it.
And guess what? You're getting a Hegemon too.
Man, you know how fucked up this is. Fucking who had Hegemon in the? It was Jose had Hegemon in a fucking bin in a Ziploc bag at NJCC.
Hegemon.
In a bin.
Hegemon
This
monster.
motherfucker used to be the hardest to find figure. $300-400. It was sitting in a bin in a Ziploc bag with no fucking fucks given.
Yeah,
Zero
man. It was,
fucks were given.
it's just a few years ago you sold Hegemon and put a down payment on a car, I think, something like that.
No, I bought Hercules.
No.
Sold my Hegemon for $420. Bought Hercules. Sold Hercules a year and a half later for $100. Oh, we got an incoming call here. Dust Knight's phone. Let's see what's going on here.
So,
Hello.
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 Hi, this is Jason with American Solar. How you doing today?
Yeah, I don't know who the fuck you are. Why are you calling me? Yeah, I thought so, bitch. So much for Jason. That was quick.
See, we could have gone on with that for about an hour.
Dude, I usually wait a little bit, but we were on air. I'm sorry.
You know what's funny? You could have had him going, and he's going to come to your house and sit for, and then you're like, "Oh, I live in an apartment
Yeah, he was
complex."
just like, "Fuck this dude." I ain't he's probably watching the show right now. So yeah, man. Hopefully, I'll get more of those calls. So I've been getting them a lot lately. Shout out to Verizon.
I've been getting a lot of calls recently too.
Your automobile warranty is set to expire.
Yeah, eat a dick. That's gonna
All right,
expire.
so, is this what Brian? Is this the bottom of the barrel?
Oh,
Keep
it's
an eye
so,
out for a
so
new
bomb.
promo tomorrow.
Hey, shout out to the Chalker for just keeping us entertained. I'm sure he's scraping the bottom of the
Yeah,
bottom.
he's great.
Hey, he is a.
It's a
Listen.
crocheting thing.
Listen, my dad actually brought this up. Do you know what the ultimate non-gender pronoun is?
No,
Y'all.
y'all. All right.
Y'all.
My favorite one.
It says it does not identify gender at all. Y'all.
Dude, you guys are so progressive down there in Alabama. So anyway, someone made a
I'm
Lego.
not showing you where the chat is, Dad.
He wants to be part of the chat squad.
Wow.
I'm getting my mom on here next week.
Sliding up in them DMs.
All right, going. Somebody made a Lego Prime. Good for
Someone
them.
made a Lego Prime in a television set. I
In
thought
a
this was
TV.
pretty cool. Whatever. Kind of neat.
Whatever.
All right, phone ring again.
Hey, so I know we've seen this before, but this is the first time I've seen the whole set together, kind of done very nicely. It's not a bad set. You guys not interested at all in the
Now, what is this? Powder Prime?
This is the Powder Primes dinos.
They look
It
good.
doesn't. I mean, all things considered, other than my homeboy over here having no logical way to swallow food, just kind of Energon's just falling out constantly. I hate your face. He's like Kane before he talks.
And here they are in robot mode.
Hang on, go back one. Go back one.
Alright.
Go back one. So this is the Rob Liefeld version because they hid his tail, just like
And
Liefeld
look at the
hiding
feet.
feet.
And look at the feet.
All right.
So I think they look nice.
It's not. I mean, honestly, it's not hateful.
Yeah.
It really isn't. If you need a chug set of Dinobots,
It
it
looks
works.
like the fucking Dinobots, man.
It looks like
really
the
does. We're complaining about how they're not making figures that it looks like. Are they for us? No, but it looks like them.
Looks good. Moving along as well. The studio series that they showed us at New York Toy Fair.
They're reaching.
Yeah, so this is Starscream coming out.
Oh,
Yep. So he looks as you would expect.
There you go, Deluxe.
Yep.
Hmm.
It's a
it's a Dorito.
yeah, the Dorito Starscream spitting image of this back here. There were other. I just also wanted to show here people how tall they are. So, not very tall.
Oh, wow. It's
Was that 7 inches maybe?
no,
8.
that's 4.
Well, no. See how it
I
goes
know. I'm
forward.
kidding.
Yeah.
Strange that they use. Well, they're using the centimeter into the ruler.
Yes,
So it's
yes, they are. So he is
20 centimeters. give or
20
take.
centimeters. And they are also releasing a Ratchet, a Lockdown, a Jazz. I didn't take pictures of those, so whatever. Also, from the Abominus standpoint, I know we've seen pictures of this, but we've only seen renders so far. At least I have. So this is sort of what the torso would look like.
What
in
are you,
real life.
exclusive or something, Brink?
Um,
I've seen it.
Hang on. Are those
Son of
what's
a-
feet? Are those perfect effect feet and hands?
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
Is that a question or
Yeah.
a statement?
These are.
Oh, they are, or is it they are?
They are. These are. Yes.
They be.
And these are the Menasor version. You can tell because they have the little circular fingertips.
And they're purple.
They're purple. That's true. as well. So anyway, I think it looks pretty cool. But so I'm actually a little bit excited for that. And also more things that we've seen already. This here is Thunder Manus, who people are starting to pick up. But I thought it might be interesting to let people know from a scale perspective. James, back me up here. But Power Master Optimus Prime, God Jinrai, with his add-on kits here. Would he be the same height as
Overlord?
Thank you. Overlord, or would he be this tall compared to Overlord?
He should be a tad bit taller, I thought.
Okay. So you think that the official release would be the better scaled one to go with Overlord?
Scale, yeah, but not product, no.
It's all about perspective, gents.
Okay.
The guy on the right, his head looks kind of. Where's his neck? He's like, it's like just I don't know, just it's too frumpy. Doesn't look right.
He's too frumpy. Really?
He looks like me.
The Dust Mites version of Optimus Prime.
Yes, big chest, big back, no neck. Big chest, big back, no neck. Can't turn it.
Giggity, giggity.
That's right. He's probably got some
They're about the same size.
carpal tunnel on there. All right, about the same size. So the choice is yours, boys and girls. Which one would you go with?
You can
Oh,
go with
Brink's
this.
gonna
or
get
you
him
can
all,
get
so.
that. You can get with this. Or you
I'll
can
do the
get with that.
bass line. You sing it, I'll do the bass line. Dum 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 dum. I gotta change it so we don't get copyright stricken.
All right. And so also here are all of the options for the damn, I've forgotten. James. God Jinrai. Thank you.
Huh. You have a nice looking place there,
I
Brink.
really like that couch. I mean, that's a really nice couch.
It's nice. Look at
All right,
that.
that's your pick.
No, this is not my pick.
Oh, I
But
get excited.
for those of you super excited and into Gaijin right here are some options that are available for you right now. The Fans Hobby one has not released their add-on kit yet, but it would probably be bigger and over here somewhere.
Bigger.
This is the crossover Gen 1, which released a couple years ago, and even someone we know online didn't think it was fabulous. So.
Yeah, it was a piece of shit. Like a
Somebody in the chat said it's a casting couch. Oh, I've seen that couch before. Oh, so many times.
So anyway, there's that. And then of course here is the Fans Hobby Prime compared to the Make Toys Thunder Manus. And so for those people who were thinking, oh, you know, I think I like this one better than this one, but they are in different scales. So
That's a totally different.
No.
Look at
yeah. Dan, there's people out there that don't realize that.
Oh, that's true.
We're providing a public service here.
What was that? There was one guy who was asking how big MP10 was like a couple weeks back. or
Can
something.
somebody take a picture of MP10 with
Bigger than the classic.
Striker Manus? Hey, Dean Martin's in the building.
Here is another weird thing
Another
that
X-Files picture.
X-Transbots released.
These
Okay.
pictures are looking like the fucking the Bigfoot from the 70s.
Yeah.
You know, that one black and white picture of him with his hand out looking at the camera.
He's bound and down. They're
Well, we
gonna get
haven't-
cold Coors Light in this.
You know, this thing might as well be a myth. We haven't seen any like real pictures of it.
Nessie.
One thing I just want, this thing caught my eye was if this thing is MP10 scaled from a cab perspective, that's one long ass trailer. There's a lot of Build-A-Figure parts you can fit in there that they're going to use to make this Minosaur, it seems.
That actually might be a
DJ
smart way to
McKay,
go.
We
and
gonna
this
do
is my
what
best
they say
friend, Bear.
One at a time.
We got a long way
Control
to
the
go.
people. This is your segment, Brink.
And there's short time to get there.
I'm eastbound. Just watch old Bandit run.
I'm so surprised that Dan knows those words.
I love Smokey and the Bandit. Are you
Oh,
kidding?
man. Fucking Gleason killed it, man.
He
Fucking
did.
Love that movie.
It might have been the role of his life. It's hard to say that.
Oh, yeah, it's tough, but yeah, it was up there, man.
I can't think of it right now, but the names he calls his son.
Dude. You're not getting away with that nowadays. No way.
All right, moving on. Shockwave Lab, for those Powder Primes fans, these Matrix things, looks like they're making some that light up. And they fit inside your Powder Primes figures as expected.
I hope those cost more than the actual figures
They
themselves.
probably do. I'm definitely gonna watch Smoking the Bandit tomorrow. By the way.
Did you know there's 3 of those?
Yeah,
I've
definitely.
never-
The first one's the best.
No,
I've
there's
never
not.
seen-
There's only one.
Well, it's kind of like the Matrix. There's 3,
Yeah.
but there's only one.
Yeah, exactly.
Not for
And
nothing.
and then I'll watch The Toy if you've never seen The Toy. Richard Pryor.
Oh god. Yeah.
So here we go. I've got some Buford T. Justice quotes. You ready?
All right, let's bring him
We have
on.
time
We
to
got some
kill
Buford
tonight.
T. Yeah, we got
All right,
plenty of
To
time.
his son, there's no way that you came from my loins. As soon as I get home, first thing I'm gonna do is punch your mama in the mouth.
You got to do with that country twang.
Okay, hang on. Buford, this is give me a Diablo sandwich, a Dr. Pepper, and make it quick. I'm in a goddamn hurry. Junior says, my hat blew off, Daddy. And Justice says, I hope your goddamn head was in it.
Ralph Crandom. Ladies and
Oh,
gentlemen.
man.
Ralph Crandom.
Bandit says to Justice, I love your suits. It must have been a bitch to get a 68 extra fat and a 12 dwarf. So,
What is that? A 12 dwarf?
yeah, that was actually to the 2 that were paying him to run.
Yeah,
the
the
beer.
father and son at the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And let's see here. Moving on. I just threw this in here because why not? But
Is this an actual colored image?
I
Yeah.
believe so.
Looks complete.
It's coming.
Finished. Looks good.
It looks like
good,
I'll be buying a Transformer suit.
Oh, wow.
Jesus.
Give it
Ugh.
already. Oh,
Uh,
we got some directions over here.
that's right. We have some upgrades for your Powder Primes, Optimus Prime, and we won't go through.
Yeah, it's
all
called
the-
MP10.
Remove screw from Pax pelvis. Remove cab assembly. So how much does this kit cost?
I don't know. It's
Go
still
to
new. I guess.
Agabucks.com.
So let's say
Order
the
an
kit's $50 and Powder Primes is $50. You spend $100 and you can get an MP10 for $100. Should breakage occur, please contact me and I will gladly replace the broken part for free. Guaranteed. That's not a word. So what happens if you break your whole Powder Prime? Says he buy you a new Powder Prime.
Buford T. Justice. Guaranteed.
Guaranteed.
And there's lots of things. But at the end, make sure.
So what's
that
it
you,
fixing? What's it fixing? Be
I
serious.
guess they're fixing some hollow issues in the back or something, or they're adding a jetpack in here, and things and stuff. You get a little Pax pistol, and then you enjoy.
Man, I just came across one of these quotes that I cannot read on the air. So I'm just gonna drop it in our chat during the show.
Those are the good
so we-
ones.
so we can-
Those are the good ones. Those are the reasons to watch the movie.
Here you go. There it is, boys. Read that and laugh. I can't say it on the air though.
So, Dust, I picked this picture for you. This a man with mom hands.
I'm sorry.
Anybody wants to read this quote, just send me a PM and I will
Okay, it's a little risque for the show. I get it, but it's not that bad.
it's funny though. Sorry,
so what's
sorry,
this, bro?
Brain.
Oh, the mom hands? Yeah, that's more the mom hands.
Let some fingers, man. I think
It's the mom
ET,
hands.
man.
It's not that side. It's the other side of the mom hand. The hands that are the mom hands that really bug me. The
Somebody
veiny,
has-
wrinkly, fucking puffy, fucking. But you look slam, and your face. You look like you're 35, and your hands look like you're 62.
All right. So anyway, this is a piece of what will eventually be one of the DJD members from MMC. So they just dropped this to let us know and remind us that they are putting it.
We made one piece.
It's coming.
May take us 20 years, but it's on the way.
Crowdfunding.
All right. Now going back to 1985, I told you I was scraping for news. Here's one of those old Transformers catalogs. Dan, you may not remember this one.
Nah, I was
We
a
getting these?
little too young for that.
Sweet.
But basically somebody redid that with their masterpiece. I thought that was kind of cool. So
How about that?
have fun with your toys.
Yeah.
What's this?
Yeah.
Little action?
Well, what is that though?
Skids.
Something going on down here. Not quite sure.
Is that custom?
Is that out yet?
Nope.
No.
I don't know. I don't follow Transformers.
Is that a custom or is that the actual product?
Don't know.
There's the news in it. Little X-Files there.
If you guys remember this from TFCon, remember they gave us that huge big thing in the third-party panel with the promos for this art book that got shut down?
Oh, dude, Dust, your comment was the funniest thing at that fucking panel.
I forgot it. What was it then?
You shouted out, "I'll wait for the Wei Zhang."
The oversized Wei Zhang book.
Yeah, that shit was so funny.
I remember. Thank you, guys.
So,
Thank you, Daniel.
Oh,
So Pricey out there, he's known in the
oh, they were so pissed.
he's known in the Transformers community for his photography. Anyway, he's one of the people behind this project. Looks like
It's Icy.
That's right.
So what is it? Just a source book?
Basically, it is
All
a
the other ones?
pictorial representation of old.
Oral. So do you remember those old J.E. Alvarez books, James?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I got a couple of those.
I do too. From I don't know why at this point, but it's kind of an upgraded version of that, I guess. Updated version.
Cool.
Star Saber had a base mode. Didn't even know.
Yeah.
Oh, about that base.
And then I think this is pretty much wrapping it up. But I don't know if this stuff is official or if it's just an artist showing what could have happened. But this was shared by the Chalker from Cassie Sark's page, who was the designer behind the molds for the Unrustable Bastards. And he was showing off some stuff on his page. So I don't know if this is stuff in the works or what.
Well, they had said that if this funded and went well, they plan to continue the line.
So they are making some pretty interesting looking things.
I don't know if you guys noticed this, anybody that picked up any of that, but it's made by Moss Toys.
Yep.
Oh,
It actually says that on the box.
whoa.
So you see here, you got one of your bastards here, and he's got like a chopper-based bike.
A
Which is
chopper.
more classic looking compared to the other ones, which are also, I guess, technically kind of space-age choppers. But there's some combining, some interesting head sculpts here, some sculpted in beards and whatnot.
Man, I'll tell you what, there's some tough-looking bots right there.
Yeah,
Nothing toughens up a bot like a beard.
This looks like the Iron Giant a little bit. Reminds me of him.
Kind of does. Kind of does. Oh, look, there's
Colossus.
that looks just like, yeah.
Ha, Thunder.
And so there's, as you can see, this is what we're used to now. Not sure what this is. Not sure what that is, but
Digging in the crates.
kind of looks like.
Digging in the crates. Brink's over here looking for an obscure sample going through this Transformers room.
You trying to make a beat there, bro? I got you.
And then this is the last one. I don't know if you guys saw the news, but was it last Thursday or Friday? You
Glitter on my Yeezys.
You could have bought the Transformers G1 cartoon soundtrack on vinyl. And good news for those of you who missed out. Looks like, yes, they will be able to be putting out a second run.
See, the word repress means two things. It means to press again, and it also means to stop.
Oh man,
Go ahead on a repress.
There's not that many tracks out there. There's a nice pack that's online, that's clean, and it's pretty dope. If you listen to this, they say it's from the original tracks. I'm highly doubting it's from the original tapes because some of the vocals for the main theme just don't sound proper. Sounds like they're redone. I'm calling a little fucking foul on that, but that's just me.
Well,
It's on vinyl.
On vinyl only.
I'd rather have cassette.
I was waiting for the reel-to-reel. I wanted the reel-to-reel.
I was wanting it on a reverse engineered laser disc.
I wanted to bring out my Walkman.
Mini disc. ADAT.
Candy coated helicopter with a leather cover.
And Chris, that's the end of the lovely Transformers news.
Brian, I appreciate you getting out the chisel and hammer and scraping out the bottom
It's
of the barrel.
There's nothing to talk about.
So, young Daniel
Yes, I'm.
rounded up the finest action figure news
Stop, you flatter me.
that he could find.
Well, you heard of the foosh. He's the douche.
Dude, how funny would it be to just have a website that literally was a
The
ripoff of
douche. D-W-O-O-S-H.
the douche?
Love you, Dan.
Yeah.
All right, what do we have here, young Daniel?
All right, so not a lot news front wise, just mainly a lot of solicitations or whatever. So this is from Pacific Rim 2. This is going to be a NECA figure. I don't know what this is called. It looks like it's got crabs, though. Not a lot of pictures outside of this, but it's nice. NECA doing all their detail, sculpted work, articulation, yada yada.
I didn't think they were doing it. Cool.
Yeah.
There you go. Figure arts.
They love those monsters. So.
Robot spirits.
Did you know Harvey gonna dent your ass like a fender? Just saying.
Wow.
Okay.
Zoinks.
And then some diamond solicitations. These are, I'm not sure the price point on these, but I did see that they are going to be coming out around August time. So here you have their statue of Deadpool. His slippers with looks like a taco truck blown up. Magneto. A lot of good detail on there. Classic style.
Looks
classic.
And then for Dustin Graham, we have the Marvel Select Beast.
Yeah.
That's
that looks like the fucking werewolf from Silver Bullet.
What I'll tell you is the posing. Whoever posed this, shout out to Ace. This thing needs to not be standing erect.
It should come with a Gary Busey figure.
It needs to be hunched over some in a beast-like pose, not a dude pose.
That head is bad, man. It looks bad.
I think the head is the least of this figure's worries.
I think this is a Planet of the Apes figure with pants on.
Curious George.
Family.
Curious George finds a bucket of blue ink.
Yeah, so
I'm not in, man. I wish I really wish I'm all about that old school X-Men, but I just don't.
Long overdue for a new beast. So the classic Legend ones is really good, but we're long overdue for a new one.
Select is still hit and miss. Still hit and miss.
Yeah,
they're missing more than they're hitting.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. All right, send some Select Nightmare Before Christmas. Almost said Elm Street, but that would have been wrong. Not sure if this is series 3 or 4, whatever, but you have the bat thing, the one-eye assisted thing, werewolf, Jack in a Dracula costume, Easter Bunny, and Melty Face. Nope, nothing. All righty.
All right. In the famous words of Deluxe Baldwin, thanks, Dan.
Thanks, everyone.
All right, for you doll life, they're also doing soft goods. I think these are going to be bigger figures. Here's Jack in a suit. It's rather loose on him. The mayor.
The mayor? That's actually pretty cool.
Same deal, a little loose. The pumpkin Jack. Sally,
That girl.
There's a joke that could be made here, but I don't want to.
Oh, do it.
And then moving on to some DC statues. This is like their artist line or something like that, where they take artist interpretations and make them into 3D form.
Very cartoony over here, Mr. J.
Mr. J.
So you get both a painted version as well as a black and white version. Oh, it looks like they changed the head sculpt a little bit now that I look.
Dude, what's with the Bugs Bunny shoes?
Yeah, well, it's a cartoon.
Artist interpretation.
It's somebody's style, so
I could see Fogalong and Leghorn behind him. I'm telling you, bitch, put that bat down. Oh, okay.
All right.
Another Batman, that same kind of style with the chucks on, because you can't fight crime without your chucks.
Gosh, I wish I knew whose art this supposedly was.
And I didn't.
So that the black and white with the heavy accents is all the rage now.
Thrusting.
Some industries.
What's the Batman?
Joker. I like this style. It's something about it that I like. Maybe it's because it looks like Mickey Mouse a little bit, like that same kind of old school.
It's very like Disney Animaniacs / remember Looney Tunes, the young Looney Tunes. What's that called?
Tiny Toons.
Tiny Toons, yeah.
Kind of neat. Interesting. It looks like they did different sculpted parts. Like the feet are a little different in their angle.
Yeah, it's totally that look, especially with the gloves, the way they're all Mickey'd out.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do a little research real quick and find out what the hell this is.
And a rebirth Batman. Killing Joke Joker.
So hang on, where are you at? Go back to the tennis shoe guys. That is Christopher Uminga's take on Batman. And the black and white ones are limited to 500 pieces.
Ooh,
of course.
Buy them up.
Statue Life.
Harley's Philip Tan.
Oh, the nose is different too.
The one with the sneakers on is?
Yeah. Believe.
Oh, I don't know. I'm just
There are actually a lot of
checking the
guns here.
Googles here.
Not doing the Hasbro repaint where they're just a color change, but a lot of
Yeah, at
different
least they're
ones
doing
here.
something a little different.
You can see the nose is a little different.
And the flowers different.
It's
So.
the angle of the dangle.
New 52 Red Hood, with the pouty lips, because
Ooh, gotta
Why
have
not?
a pouty.
Is this guy still
Pouty lips.
popular in the comics?
Red Hood and the Outlaws, their recent run is really good.
I tell you what, man, Poe's jacket really gets around.
Oh, I get it.
Been driving a lot, Brink?
Yeah, man.
Nice.
And we got the Holy Trinity here.
That's
nice
actually a
looking statue.
pretty cool statue. Is that not a very heavy Linda Carter though? I mean, look at the face on that Wonder Woman.
Very well could it be.
Linda. What do you do?
Well, oh well. All right, then they also solicited more of the Essentials line. You have Aquaman here.
Hey,
Oh,
what up,
Jesus.
reporter guy?
Where's
Black
his
Manta.
Where's
Yes.
his hair? Where's his mullet? I mean, his long hair and tattoos.
I'm sure it'll be a chase figure. Or not.
Okay.
Black Manta. Brainiac. I mean, again, this is all stuff we've seen in like New York.
Yeah.
Toy Fair. It's just now they're saying, hey, now they're coming out at this time. So a lot of the normal stuff. Superman. The Watchmen from the most recent comic run. And then a Batgirl statue on a, what do they call those motorcycles?
That is
Mopeds?
No, they're like desert racers or something like that.
no. There's a whole set of female heroines and villains that are on bikes.
Yeah.
So this is continuing that line. I don't right off know
Yeah.
what they're called.
Very cool though. More statues, because statues. Then the first wave of the Teen Titans statues with Beast Boy and Cyborg. And these will match up with all the other ones to make a little display piece that'll be reminiscent of, I think it was like the first cover of the new Teen Titans. All
So,
right.
Like Cyborg was more like, was he? So the one in the movie, he was basically, he had what, an arm and half his face, and everything else was metal. But in the original, he was more like a Darth Vader type with metal appendages and stuff. Just curious.
I have no idea. I mean, honestly, this looks like it's kind of like a suit more than just completely
Not
robot
boned up
part.
on my Cyborg trivia and knowledge. So I don't have an
Sorry.
answer. Here we go. Finally, something Chris could talk about. Hot toys.
So yeah, 6 scale. Is it just Groot by himself, huh? Teenage Groot. You're not getting the Rocket. I was hoping you get Rocket in him in a 2-pack, but
Just you keep Monique's panties on, we'll get there.
oh, I know.
But yeah,
Giggity.
Groot, Teenage Groot on his iPhone with Rocket scolding him. Some blaster action. Some more blaster action. More phone action. And his I'm going to touch myself tonight hand.
Nice.
That side eye. Everybody loves a good side eye. Show a little size comparison how tall he is. Some more random pics and the accessories. So you can see he gets like kind of a weird little frowny face, a little curious face. Shows some head detail. His little,
Cabolta
Game
says
Boy.
there is a 2-pack, yo.
like I said, if you all keep your panties on, we'll get there.
Hey.
Next up is Rocket with his big ass
I'm
gun.
shouting at the chat.
Oh, you can get both. Okay.
It's kind of weird they have this where just the one screaming face seems a little out of place unless you have him in an action pose like so. That's an awkward angle to be having your wrist. Yeah, so there's a 2-pack there with all the accessories, same as you've seen before with the guns, iPad.
Does
All
it come with? I guess it comes with all. But Rocket only comes with the one head.
That's what it's looking like at the moment.
That's strange.
Yeah.
All right.
And there you go, all together like we saw before with the Thor that we saw last week. So you can kind
Right.
of see where they all line up.
Seymour.
Yeah. Pretty
All right,
cool.
next up.
Oh boy.
The $1,000 wonder, Jabba the Hutt with throne.
This is from Sideshow now, not Hot Toys.
Yes, this is what do they call their deluxe
Sideshow.
6-scale figure?
Yeah.
He's jobbing. What's this little dude's name again?
Lucius Crumb.
That's it.
Look at the detail on
his belly button.
And that butt. Oh no,
that was a belly button. That's his finger. He's got an outie.
Oh, that's so gross that they make
It's
a
gross.
wet mouth.
There you go. Lot of detail on this guy. Like this thing, as disgusting as it looks freaking incredible. Got all the different face options. The I just smoked too much weed look. The are those brownies you got? The I need water and I'm about to pass out face.
Nice.
Wow. That's dust mites on a hangout.
Some mouth options.
Three different jaw.
Showing you what that mouth do.
What if it's really? What if it's really a puppet?
That'd be pretty freaking crazy, actually.
It would be pretty crazy.
You just stick your hand all up inside him. It's all gooey and gross just to move his mouth.
Jeez, Dan, come on, man.
Well, I don't know. It's not very lively right now. I'm trying.
What's he doing here?
He's getting ready to eat.
He's just looking down like that's a big ass booger.
I actually haven't seen all these pictures.
Mac Dre and feeling himself up here.
Nice reference for the Bay. All right.
This is something I thought was interesting. He has a little tattoo there. I don't know
I've
anything
never
about
noticed that before either.
Wow, check that out.
A little bit of branding, as it were.
So to speak.
Yeah, so you can see the whole throne set up here compared to the ever infamous Sideshow Apple. Got all this detail. I believe these pillows are cloth and whatnot, but you kind of have them up there with Salacious and all this fun stuff. Not a lot of movement with them outside of the arms and the mouth and eyes. But you can
So
see
this
it's a
can be
fairly
yours.
large.
This can be yours for only $795. There are
about that
payment
much in
plans available.
You got about that much in reward points, right?
I wish. You can actually do 7 payments on this of $100, $102.21 to make it a reasonable chunk for you.
Chump
I
change.
guess it's funny if you look at the website pictures. They always scale it with like a person, and there's like a girl holding this thing, and it's just massive. But this is due out. Actually, this year it's due out in between the fourth quarter this year, which is surprising.
So you can see he's got... Nope, go ahead.
I was gonna say bad news, dog collectors. This won't fit in your DTOF, I don't think.
Got an aquarium.
One plate of food.
13 and a quarter inches
Nope,
in
no way.
height.
30 inches wide.
And 11.5 inches deep.
So it would fit in a double DTOF. No, it would not fit in a double DTOF. So yeah, sorry. You have to have a separate display for it.
As you should.
Yep.
Now you see it comes with a removable hookah pipe, aquarium with non-removable clitoine patty frog, 9 various throw pillows, 3 cups, 1 with water in them, 1 plate of food, a fur-like rug, and a leather-like rug.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
Cups, 1 Jabba.
There you go.
See that hookah pipe?
What that
A
hookah
little
do?
bit of nastiness in there. The little throw pillows and the nice pelt. Some pillows and cups.
There's a
and
plate of food.
little bit of dinner.
This is incredibly well done. I mean, obviously you're paying for it, but
Salacious getting his meditation on.
Is it? Do you think it's $800? Good
in this scale, yeah,
because of the scale.
yeah, because of the size.
Dude, just looking at the detail on Jabba. Dude, that's a sick son of a bitch, man. That's just nasty. Imagine seeing that real life.
Make him dance. And it looks like this is it's not fully articulated, but
Yeah, it's got some arm movement, some leg movement. He's got some interchangeable parts. You can see the different poses. You can have him open mouth or closed.
what purpose did he serve in Jabba's?
He sat there and laughed at his jokes.
He was chilling.
Did he pick his boogers or?
No, he got in those fat folds and pulled shit out.
Maybe so.
Yeah,
But yeah, you can see all the
we don't want
different
those bed sores to sit in.
It's horrible. Yeah, the eyes just pop out. You can see the arms are. I guess they're just interchangeable. From this angle, I can't see a ball joint or anything. Same with the mouth; it just kind of pops out like a plate. Kind of
Yeah,
what they
there's
normally do with
interchangeable
like
stuff.
hot toys.
You know, it isn't like you're going to have a job in an Iron Man pose or anything, so you don't need all that.
Fail. Instant fail.
Yeah.
But that is all I have for you, lovely
Mhm.
folks.
Well, thank you, young Daniel, for pulling that together. It is slim pickings around these parts for right now. We do have some. Let's just stick in Jabba land for right now. So, Hasbro announced at NYCC that they were going to be doing. No, I'm sorry, at Toy Fair, excuse me, that they were going to be doing a crowd-funded Jabba's sail barge in 18th scale, essentially, for the vintage line, the 3 3/4 scale figures. It is $500 plus tax to back it, and their goal is to have 5,000 backers. As of today, as of this moment, which is 9 p.m. Eastern time on the 12th of March 2018, they have 2,590 backers out of a 5,000 backer goal. So they're a little over, just barely over halfway to this. What do you guys think about this strategy? What do you think about them picking this as their first option?
They shot too far. Should have gone with something probably a little smaller, then worked their way up to it, because that's a big commitment for a first outing.
So keep in mind the figures that go with this are commonly $8 to $12 a piece, right?
Mhm.
Give or take. And this is $500. Now it is 49 inches long, 15 inches wide, 17 inches high, and weighs 14 pounds. So not only are you limited by the financial aspect of this, possibly, you may be limited by where the fuck is this gonna go. I mean, this thing is massive. Anybody else? What do you guys think about this? The strategy and the fact that they picked this first for this.
I mean, there are some hardcore, like super hardcore Star Wars collectors out there who
Sure. There's 2,590 of them apparently.
who will have room for that. I mean, the rest of them. I mean, it's still early in tax return season. Some people just probably haven't filed yet to figure out what they're getting back, see what they're gonna do. I mean, I think that's kind of almost one of the reasons why they did it around this time of year. Maybe that's when a lot of people start getting some income back that they otherwise were not expecting, or whatever. So, I don't know. I mean, it's with the circles we run in. I mean, it's not really much of an interest since we've moved up to 6-inch scale. But,
Correct.
Yep.
It's not, but you know, there was and I don't remember who brought it up. Several people have brought it up in our Facebook group. If someone brought it up, I think today maybe, or maybe yesterday. And someone had mentioned that, you know, this is 10 years too late. You know, the Black Series coming out and really redefining what a Star Wars collector is with maybe not redefining is not the right word. Opening it up, I'd say, to a new group of collectors.
Changing a lane, opening up a new lane.
There you go. I mean, 10 years ago, well, where was Star Wars 10 years ago? You know, you had the Clone Wars animated series going on, and they were releasing figures still in, I don't know what they were calling the line at the time.
Clone Wars.
Right. But I don't know if there was enough interest then for this. Do you guys think there was any point in time where this $500 project would have been better suited than in 2018?
Well, I don't know. I mean,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Jabba's barge is pretty.
Good podcasting, guys.
I forgot my train of thought.
Go ahead.
I think you were probably going to say Jabba's barge is pretty iconic. That's what.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
pretty iconic. So I mean, it makes sense for them to do it in like a 3 3/4 scale. Because if you try to do it in 6-inch, like there's no way. But I mean, if anything, it's just even for like the hardcore like Star Wars fan, or even maybe I don't want to say the casual because of the price point. I mean, it'd be a nice display piece just all around, even if you're not into the 3 3/4 line. Because the only option you really have is like the Lego So I remember my brother having that when that came out, and that was a killer little piece.
Yeah.
So I mean that, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. To me, I would maybe do an X-wing or something like that, or
You mean like an X-wing for a 6-inch?
There's
yeah,
been so many of those though, and that's the thing. They haven't really touched Jabba's barge.
That's true.
So, okay, so an X-wing in 6-inch scale. I mean, I don't know what the numbers were in the TIE Fighter. I don't know how many they made. I don't know how many they sold. I know they went on clearance, and if you look around, you can catch them for $60, and they were originally 150, right? So
true. But
I mean,
this would be a Kickstarter, and I would suppose that they would do the real X-wing, right? Not this extra
Yes.
trilogy stuff, right?
Yeah, I was
You
going to
would-
say that'd be my
you
only
would-
counter argument is like they did the recent movies. Had that been the more classic TIE Fighter, I would think it would have done better. But
I mean, you'd think so. So getting out of Star Wars, I mean, obviously this is a Hasbro Lab thing they're doing. People have mentioned the USS Flag, but the thing about that is they've never made this Java sail barge. They've made the USS Flag, and it's out there if you want it. I don't know what they would possibly, I don't know what they would possibly do for a USS Flag to update it. I mean, it's a giant brick of plastic, right?
yeah,
And is there anything else in any other lines you guys could think they might tackle with this? This approach, I should say.
it's kind of hard to tell with Hasbro because you don't really know what they're doing. I mean, outside of like Legends stuff, it seems to be the biggest focus I can see.
Yeah. I don't know. James, what do you think?
I think it works. It's a nice stepping stone. If people are willing to do it, we have hardcore Star Wars fans. Like you guys said, we never did get pretty much a Java's sail barge in this scale. It would go well with what we got, 10, 15 years ago in the Legacy line. That was incongruent with the clones, where we got that huge Millennium Falcon. And,
Right.
That was priced at 150 or so. And that thing's really nice.
Is
Huge.
that the one that goes for like $700 now?
I don't know.
No, there's one of those huge Millennium Falcons that is a fortune to get at this point.
Well,
so.
yeah, Chris, not exactly 700, but like a mint and sealed box one probably run you like 4 or 5.
Okay.
But
I knew it was expensive.
the big 700 Falcon right now is even more than that. Is the Lego one? That's the one that's getting all the news. With those.
The secondary market is going for that much?
Yeah. Well, it retails 800. So
Crazy.
yeah.
So, all right. It's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. I mean, if it funds
All the groups, this is the group that would buy it. I don't see any Transformer fans. I don't see any G.I. Joe, regardless if it was the flag, that would dip into a $500 item. Commit to it from Hasbro. I don't see it.
Yeah,
I see it from Star Wars fans.
I was listening to another podcast that does a lot on G.I. Joe, and they were saying that the flag might have been a good option, considering that if you want a good flag today, they're like in a couple $1,000 range, right?
Yep.
Right now. So
Quality aside, too, I mean, they're starting to yellow. I mean, but are you going to make it the same size, 7 feet long? And who in their right mind has that room for it? It's a nice, I mean, I'll make room for it, but I mean, honestly, I mean, who out there is like, oh, they're redoing the flag, I'm buying that. And let's say they're going to sell it for $800.
yeah.
Mint sealed box, $900, $1,000. Maybe as an investment, you might buy it, but do you have the room for it? Most of us already have collections of other things that take up way much more space.
Yeah. But James, what if it was hollow and you could put all your boxes in it?
Oh, I would love it.
But it was an infinity hole. You could just keep dropping stuff in. I don't know. It was an interesting idea coming from the biggest toy company and well, one of the biggest toy companies in the world, close to the biggest, I would imagine. So it'd be interesting to see what happens at the end of that. So definitely worth keeping an eye on. Obviously, I would imagine anybody listening to this show knows that some Toys R Us locations are closing, and then the rumor came today that they're closing everything. Who knows if that's true or not? What have you guys? When's the last time you guys were in a Toys R Us store, Brian?
A week before TFCon.
Before TFCon.
I'm sorry, before NJCC.
And what did that store look like? As far as like at stock level,
the stuff. I mean, I didn't see anything like majorly stocked from a Transformers perspective. A lot of there were no like recent deluxes on the pegs. The Marvel Legends line, I didn't see any of the new stuff on there. I have to say the Hot Wheels aisle was freaking stacked though. I was in there looking at that stuff. I was just walking through the whole store. The Lego section is always done well. With talking to Bricks and Paul C, they're saying that, you know, Lego sends people in to make sure that everything is merchandised properly and everything like that. But I don't know. It seems maybe I remember it different as a kid, but it seems like it's like you're going into a hospital. It seems like it's very bright and it seems very uninviting. Like, I don't know. I remember Toys R Us of old. I don't know, maybe they were just dirty or whatever, but you know, it seemed warmer in there. I don't know. It's just
it was all the bugs in those lights.
Was it?
Yeah. No, I'm kidding. I don't know. What about you, Dan? When's the last time you were in a Toys R Us?
I stopped by a couple of weeks ago before heading somewhere, and I don't know. It's weird. My Toys R Us sometimes they're fully stocked, and then like 80% of the other time there's just nothing there that I really want. But I mean that's not fair to say. I mean, they have a lot of stuff there, but it's nothing that's super interesting that you couldn't find almost anywhere else.
Okay.
So it's hit and miss.
I know you go to Target and Walmart a good bit. Do you get to a Toys R Us very often?
Not very often. The local Toys R Us is probably about 20 some odd miles away. And it's really honestly not worth the trip. Never really anything there. The shelves always have older stock. Nothing that makes me say, "Oh my God, I'm so glad I'm paying 30% more per retail figure," you know, because I get it here. But you know, yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things. Like, you know, the only time I'll go there is like if me and my buddies go to Buffalo Wild Wings, I'll pop in there. But other than that, I don't go out of my way to go there because I know every time I took the time to go all the way down there, there was nothing. Now, if there was like 5 or 6 other spots I could hit at the same time, it's well worth it. But there's nothing over there. So,
Jam, I know you're quite the toy hunter. How often do you get to a Toys R Us?
At least twice a week.
Multiples?
No, I only have one in my area. I have a Babies R Us, but they're closing. They're one of the ones that are part of the 180 closed.
So, so Jamie, you're in there a couple times a week. Do you have any sort of relationship with people that work there?
No, I don't want a relationship.
Well, I mean that as if, you know, old Johnny, the Stocksy action figures.
Yeah.
You know, you say, "Hey, Johnny, how you doing?"
No, I knew one guy that was there that I would talk to, but he is too like nice to the point that he would never like, yeah, do you have this and would you hold it? Oh, I can't do that. He's so by the book. Like, all right, cool. But my Toys R Us sucks. I don't even know why I go there. It's just part of the route. I just got nothing else to do. Drop off the kids. Yeah, I'll go out to the valley, check out what's going on. Stop by Toys R Us. We're full of disappointment, and then they never disappoint me. So I'm like, move on.
So since we moved, I mean, you know, I used to go my old route down south. I you know, anywhere all the Toys R Us were, so I'd stop in on my way to and fro and whatnot, and never found anything that I can remember right off. Now, I mean, there's several in Baltimore that I don't really go to. I actually stumbled upon one last week that I didn't even know was there, and it was I I didn't see any. I mean, signs that indicated it was closing, but it was that kind of depressing feeling, that medical center depressing bit. And it's almost like the action figure section is the very last thing on their mind. The rest of the store is merchandise. They got the nice American Girl section at the front, those $100 dolls or whatever.
Yep.
Wrong kind of dolls, kids. And then you've got this just action figure section that's just anemic. There's nothing there. I mean, you got the little collector aisle, the little NECA stuff and the pops, and then you go over to the Transformers and there's
older wave shit that's sitting,
waves,
stuff that you get for $10 cheaper online.
Three lonely things swinging. And,
I mean, honestly, is it really going to be that bad that we lose this?
Well, the next point I'm going to make is, shout out to Frank H. He seems to find shit at Toys R Us all the time.
He's in the land of gold. Yeah, milk and honey.
He's in Jersey. I mean, they're closing a shit ton.
Yeah, he's in an area where there's more locations for him to go to.
Maybe that's it. But I mean, I don't know. I guess it's just a piece. KB Toy closing was kind of like, oh man, that was where you went, and now Toys R Us is, and I don't know if sure it's looking that way. I can see Toys R Us hanging on as an online retailer, though.
Yeah, that's
going to be where they live.
Yep.
Not to keep canceling all their pre-orders, though.
I've never had that happen.
I mean, how can you compete when like a Walmart selling a deluxe figure for $5-6 cheaper than what you're selling yours for, and you're supposed to be a larger retailer? You know what I mean? It's not working.
You know what keeps them in business with that? Grandma.
Yeah. Yep.
Because Sonny wants it.
They weren't buying those fucking MP fucking bumblebees though.
Well, you know what I mean. What were we saying, James?
Oh, if Toys R Us is going to go online like KB's did for a little bit until they went totally belly up and merged with Toys R Us, they're going to have to change their shipping policy. I mean, yes, you can get free shipping, but Amazon and Walmart does the 2-day priority mail or ship to store, which obviously they're not going to have a store, but for free.
Yeah.
And so it's like Toys R Us, you're still losing even if you have lower prices, but I doubt it. I mean, so
something else that'll be interesting. Definitely interesting to see.
And how much confidence will Hasbro and Mattel have in the company after they shut down all their stores? Are they still going to support them online? Yeah. Why? They have their own online stores.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. Why am I going to fucking give you an exclusive or make you be the forefront if we have our own online gig,
Yeah.
That's
for a dying brand,
So
right now, Toys R Us is a brand. It's not a brand anymore. It's dying.
That's something interesting. You mentioned exclusives because, for example, there's I believe it's a Toys R Us exclusive, Scarlet Witch and Vision, a 2-pack coming from the new Avengers movie. That may be one of those. I don't know what distribution's like on it. I've seen some people who have it, but that may be one of those things where it was a Toys R Us exclusive right when Toys R Us went out of business. So either they never show up or they end up at the clearance outlets, at R.O.C and whatnot. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how it all plays out. But
expensive as hell.
Yeah, you better grab them while you can, boys and girls.
I mean, I remember reading like 10 years ago, like they were more profitable with the Babies R Us segment, and those are closing too, right? And
it's online retail. I mean, that stuff, it's just too easy.
Yeah.
You don't buy online anymore for a better price.
Amazon, and it's killing it. It's killing everybody.
They didn't understand the online process in any way, shape, or form. They were just going on, we're Toys R Us. We're the last of the toy stores, and people are going to come to us.
Yeah, they made it hard. Every time you try to order something or if they're online, and like, for a while there, I was using my P.O. box. They wouldn't deliver to a P.O. box. And it's just like...
It's because they use your favorite shipping method in the world.
Yeah. Well.
Smart Post, which is funny because it comes to the P.O. box anyways.
Yep. It's in the same family. So...
And we have a guy in the chat squad, Marcus. He's in there. And he says that there's a lot of speculation and a bunch of articles online, but nothing is true just yet on some things.
Yeah.
Now, honestly, this has been going on for a while, and we just haven't brought it up. So I had it on my list of things to talk about tonight. So
You know
I
what
thought
really
it was worth
sucks
mentioning for sure.
is the people that don't know whether if they're gonna have a job in 2 months or not. You know?
Right.
That's the worst
Yeah.
part about it, man.
My brother's on that list.
Yep.
Unfortunately.
And this company's not saying everything. Yeah, we're fine. We're doing good. They don't see that when you roll up in the morning, you see that 30-40% banner on the fucking top or the store closing sale, then you're fucked.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
hey, speaking of being fucked. Speaking of being fucked, last week to barely any fanfare and hardly any announcement, Jessica Jones season 2 debuted on Netflix.
hey, speaking about getting fucked, there was that one bathroom scene.
So I never made it through the first season.
Spoilers.
And one of the main reasons was I watch all that stuff with my kids, and that I watched a couple episodes with my kids, and I'm like, I'm not gonna watch any more of this. Dust, I know you tried it on.
Yeah, I got about 3 eps in, and I posted on Facebook. I was out, but then I was waiting for the maintenance here. My pilot went out of my furnace, and it took him like 4 hours to get here. So I got about another 3 eps in, and it still didn't change me. I mean, if I want to watch a boring detective show, I'll watch Columbo. At least I get a couple more laughs. You know what I mean? I got no laughs, I wasn't a fan of the first season. I'm not a fan of the character. I really don't know the character.
So did you get
I tried?
Did you get any, without giving any spoilers away? Is there anyone else from the?
Not where I've seen. Well,
did it tie in with the Defenders at all?
Not hero wise.
Okay. So she doesn't have any dragon bones or anything.
It's as far as I've got, no. And I think I got about 5 or 6.
Okay.
So I'm sure I will definitely go back and force my way to finish it just so I can say I did it.
Yeah.
But I lost that, like, oh my God, I'm going to watch this today. I was on vacation. I had the time. I could have blew through it in one day, but it just didn't keep my attention.
Did anybody else on the panel get a chance to watch?
Not yet.
Yeah. I woke up early Saturday morning, made myself an omelet, got some coffee. It's like, all right, it's time for some binging, And I got through the second one. I was like, I got better things to do today.
Here's the thing. I don't mean to cut you off, Brian, but I hit the button to watch it. I got 28 minutes into season 1, episode 1, thinking that it was season 2. So that shows you how memorable it was. Season one was to me. Like, I didn't realize until I was only 28 minutes in when she actually meets Luke Cage for the first time, and I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I'm watching the wrong fucking season. So I was like, yo, this show does not, I do not give one fuck about it. But, we do this show. I'm a Marvel fan. I have to watch these things, or at least attempt to. And it just, I don't know. A lot of people say, you got to watch it. It's so good.
I did catch an article today. It was on Forbes of all places.
Forbes.
Dan, check the chat.
And
chat. Yeah, I did.
Okay.
And basically, they said, you got to at least make it through halfway because it gets better. So.
I tried. I'll finish it though, but I'm not crazy to do it. It's like, no, not for me.
Okay. Speaking of not for you, in the absence of one pregnant pause-wearing J. Ruse, young Daniel has us some Instagram pictures tonight under the hashtag Realm.
By the way, Brian and I were the only ones that watched it.
Dude, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't even know it was coming out.
Yeah, it's like that's why I said last week. I said, "Hey, do you guys know that Jessica Jones starts next week?" No, I'm like,
I had no idea.
Yeah, I found out through Nerd Rage. I think Dante mentioned something. I was like,
and you're not watching it?
No, I actually just finished The Punisher this weekend. Jessica Jones.
And what'd you think of that?
I fucking loved The Punisher.
Yeah,
I thought you had seen that already.
No. The thing is, I kind of slow rolled The Punisher because a lot of these shows, it's too easy to just kind of go in and just.
So you slow rolled The Punisher for 6 months?
Yeah, I did, and it was fantastic.
I had no idea you hadn't finished that.
Yeah, well, I was watching with my brother too, and we're on different schedules, so can't always watch it together.
Gotcha.
Self-control, man.
Control.
Barely.
Yeah, that was one that I got done. Like, man, I watched that in like 2 days, I think.
Yeah, I was done quick.
That's why I waited, because I wanted to be able to actually kind of take it in and enjoy it more so.
And as slow as it was really good. It was really slow too at
Oh
times.
man, those last few episodes, holy
yeah.
shit.
Yeah, that was the payoff right there. I knew it was gonna happen like the last 3, 4. That's where it was all gonna pay off. But
Yeah. Great fucking show.
good stuff.
All right, young Daniel. What you got
But
for
I had a
us?
segue, but I don't remember what it was.
Did you ride it
So-
off a cliff? Take it as a no.
right.
That's funny.
So these are in no particular order, as always.
So you
kinda
got to
last
say it like
minute.
Joe Roos.
No.
This is the segment.
Where
So I did these last minute, so they're a little clunky and weird, but this is the segment where we feature toy photos from Instagram that use the hashtag realm
Realm.
of collectors. First up is a guy we featured many a time before.
near
Far.
far.
This is LCMK2 with his awesome picture of Akuma doing an uppercut to Sub-Zero. I don't know the move because I don't know Street Fighter. So if anybody can help me out with that in the chat, I'd appreciate it.
Yo, Brian, I'm glad that you're the only one that gets that joke.
Yeah. So I got a question. You don't know the move, but I'd like to know. So you can see how he's like in the background, and then is this like some kind of
Does he teleport?
or something like that?
Looks like he teleports.
Yeah,
looks
it looks
like
something's
he
going
goes
on there.
near, and then he goes far. Shout out to Sesame Street.
Yeah, awesome photo of Akuma knocking out Sub-Zero there, both from the Storm Collectibles company. Wrong way. Next up, we have Articuladicto.
Dicto.
Yeah, I saw this one this week. I thought this was pretty dope too.
This one is awesome because you have the Mezco Classic Punisher, which is, to be honest, this one I'm really upset that I decided to pass on or wait on. But it's him with the, I think this might be the Walmart exclusive Punisher head on there,
Jim Lee head.
and a little bit of snow. Just a awesome
Yeah, I see the Walgreens.
yeah, because the other one has the red bandana on it.
No, we had all those snowstorms this past week, so I'm sure he was out there taking pics.
Yeah, just an awesome picture, just really simple, clean, and to the point. So, thank you, Articuladicto. Up next, we have the Eternal. Wait, oh shit, we did this one last week, didn't we?
No.
No, I think
don't
he's doing a series of these.
Well, yeah, we might have shared the Eternal experience last week, and if we did, well, you get featured twice in a row. But here's an awesome picture of the 1,000 Toys Killy from Blame holding the, what are these called, Chris?
It's a Sentinel head.
Yeah, they have a specific name for them, but it doesn't matter. They're sitting there up what looks
No,
to be
they're not Sentinels. They're safeguards. I'm sorry.
safeguards, yeah. Up there, kind of reminiscing somewhat against this. I don't know. I think it's probably a glass angel. It'd be cool if it was just like an ice angel, but still a very dope picture. I love the colors on here, the purple in the background, the little green highlights kind of covering him there. Just a lot of good atmosphere. Just a really awesome picture by the Eternal Experience.
This is a Netflix series, right?
It is
a
a
Netflix
manga turned movie. Yes.
Exactly, but it was a Netflix one-off deal.
Netflix one off. Oh, all right, cool. I might watch this.
It's an interesting story.
Yeah.
I have this figure as well. I've yet to really bust him out of the package, though. Dope figure. Then here we have Mr. Sunday Heat with this awesome little profile shot of the Mezco Black Adam. Just awesome. Like,
Heat.
yeah, whatever. I'm not reading. Brother's giving me shit here, but yeah, I like the little blue tint right here.
You
Just
like
the
that
lighting's
side
really
light?
good.
Yeah, the side light looks good.
Yeah. Just an awesome profile shot there, Heat. Keep it up.
Is it the eyes that are getting you? Is he looking into you?
I think it's kind of that you can't see the eyes. I kind of make it more mysterious. Just how this is all kind of lit, and then this and here is just kind of hidden.
Cool.
It's very mysterious and dark.
Yeah.
Like that a lot. All right, and then finally we have Mr. or sorry, if you're not a Mr. or Mrs. whatever you are, Danny Tan with an awesome little picture here. You can see the SHIELD agent kind of cowering as he sees Taskmaster and some grunts coming through and cleaning house in this facility.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah.
Again, a lot of good lighting here. It's a little blue side light, you know, the red right there.
Chain base.
Showing the
Yeah, the
Sims
chain
bit.
bases work all for everything.
Yeah.
Another side light in there. Just awesome work. But yeah, these will be featured on the Realm of Collectors Instagram as well as on the Realm of Collectors website at realmofcollectors.com.
Realm.
And if you want to get your pictures featured, all you have to do is use the hashtag Realm of Collectors.
Realm.
And you have a chance to be picked. You can be featured on our Instagram and as well as our website, realmofcollectors.com, like Dan said. Thank you very much, young Daniel, for taking the time to select those photographs.
You're welcome. Thank you.
We have some questions from the realm.
Fraga.
Greg S. asks, what's next after Doll Life?
Well, tell us, Chris, what's next after Dollar?
Well,
Hey, Chris, why don't you just turn your head around there?
it's full size, custom Doll Life. is what's
the
next.
copper cooch
The copper cooch.
is in the house.
That's right. No, I don't know what's after Doll Life. I mean, I will say, good, bad, or otherwise, I guess I owe a lot of people an apology. I'm not saying I introduced Doll Life to the community by any means, but
Sure pushed it.
well, you know, let's just say
Soapbox time.
I have an agenda. No, I'm kidding. But you know, I got the old skull face on the Doll Life, and then it just kind of seemed to roll downhill from there. So it is interesting to see how many people have not necessarily shifted their collection, but are going that direction.
It's
and
not a bad thing either.
It's not, you know,
Expensive thing.
it's an expensive thing, but at the end of the day, when you know, if you look at it this way, when you've been collecting, you know, the highest price point transformer that you buy was $50 in the store, and all of a sudden you're collecting third party and you're spending $200.
Where
If
else
you-
is it gonna go?
If you scale that with, you know, you're not that far off from other things. So the safe way to say it is, and I posted this as a joke in the group, but Hot Toys is the masterpiece version of those characters.
Yeah,
You're not going to get a
you're
better
absolutely right. Yeah.
You're not going to get a better representation of Captain America from the movies than what's, you know, available from Hot Toys.
True. You know, I'd say they do look great, but you know, one of the things that I've been able to be exposed to here in the realm is
Realm.
is watching people play with their toys, right? And so it's kind of interesting when you're over at someone's house and you see them, you know, doing what you do, but you're usually, you know, alone, messing with your stuff, posing it, whatever. And
Smoke by myself.
but then when you see somebody, a friend of yours perhaps, you know, pick up a 1/6 scale figure and see them start messing with it, and you're like, you know, sure, those toys look good once they're out on display, but watching somebody mess with one of those, it's
a fucking wrestling.
it's weird. It's really weird, and it's funny. Like,
Put this over here.
when I watch Bobby's videos when he does his reviews, right? He's like, he's got one hand on each leg and he's standing up in front of the camera going like this. I'm just like, you know, really looks weird. It's just that thing kind of is just, I don't know, man.
Codamus says Brian watches through the windows.
Nice. Is that Codamus or Codamus?
Codamus.
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, I think it's a natural progression for a lot of people, you know, good, bad, or otherwise. So Dave wants to know, when am I calling him back? I will call you back after the show.
Is there a story behind that one, buddy?
He called me right before I was eating dinner right before, and I said I'd call him back, and I got another phone call as soon as I got done eating, and then it was time to do this. So sorry, Dave. Paul C., who always comes with a great question, says, will there ever be so many shows on the Cool Table Network that one show in and of itself will just be Hurricane BX reading all of the shows in the Cool Table Network? Coming in 2019, Paul.
So you mean basically it takes Jose an hour to read off all
Hey,
the...
yet I don't take an hour.
Doing the same script. It shouldn't take that long.
I don't know. He basically what he's saying is we will expand to so many shows that it'll take an hour to read them.
It's gonna come to the point where like just check the website.
Paul does
on channel one day.
Paul does ask another question here. It's a very important question. Are you guys ready? What's your favorite Doritos flavor?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Mine is classic nacho.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with you, Chris. I'm a classic dude, man. I can't rock those other Cool Ranch. The
Cool Ranch.
No,
the spicy, the purple bag spicy are okay. If I'm gonna, but I would rather just have classic.
It seems like anything that's over classic always tastes like Cool Ranch, no matter what it is. It tastes like Cool Ranch. It's like regular potato chips. It's cheddar something. It tastes like sour cream and onion.
Yeah,
it
always
tastes like that.
It's like there's really just two flavors.
Yeah.
What about you, Dan? What's your Doritos go to if you're gonna eat Doritos?
I either go Cool Ranch or I don't know if they still make this one, but it was on a purple packaging. It was like spicy.
Yeah, that's the spicy. They still are out there.
Oh, that one's so fucking good.
Is there a new one? Did you guys see that commercial where it has the little
Mountain
dude
Dew
from Game
flavored
of
one?
Thrones doing the Busta Rhymes rap? That shit.
There's some that's I think they've got one that's a little sweet. It's got a sweet
Blaze,
flavor.
something like that. Isn't it called Blaze? Someone?
Maybe something like that.
Nobody seen that commercial?
I'm surprised we haven't talked about that. You know, Mountain Dew and Doritos like competing or something like that, actually teaming up. 'Cause that's a whole bit they're doing right now.
Well, they remember they started that Super Bowl. I remember seeing that one commercial. I don't know. I don't watch many commercials, man. My finger's quick to that fast forward button. Everything is DVR'd first.
But my fingers hurt. Now your back's gonna hurt, bitch. You're putting together some Slavic shelves, whatever the fuck they're called. Slavic. Fitzjoes.
Ah, sweet chili. That's the one. That's delicious.
Chili. As soon as April 1st comes around, Dan, I'll try me some sweet chili Doritos.
What is April? Oh, April 1st. That when the thing's over.
Yep.
The
Gotcha.
thing.
I
Hey,
was like, April 1st. What are you trying to make a joke here, Brian? It's like, oh no, rock fit. Yeah,
Hey,
spicy sweet chili.
Shout out to everybody in the ROC Wellness Challenge, man. Keep it going, man. You guys are almost there.
have any
200 plus pounds like lost there. That's
227 pounds have been lost.
And I
yeah.
gained about 122 of those.
There you go. So
Hey,
not
that's
funny.
what's that? The conservation of mass, right? It cannot be destroyed or created. It's only changed or
it
transferred.
has to move somewhere.
Hey, real quick though, on Dorito topic, have any of you ever tried the taco flavored ones?
yeah, that one's good too.
Yeah, they came in the orange bag. Those
Fucking Doritos, dude, just all around.
I just like the regular. You know what I used to do back in the day? Regular Doritos with cream cheese.
With cream cheese.
With cream cheese. You ever try that?
I can't say I have.
All right. Get some Tempty. Not a brick of cream cheese. You need that whipped. Get a whipped.
Wow,
Whipped. Some whipped cream cheese and just dip it in there, man. Banging. I'm gonna tell you guys right now, you're gonna be like dust. That shit's on point. I haven't done that probably about 10 years, but it used to be good.
So let's see. Next question here.
Crowd tonight. Wow.
You know what it is? It's that freaking hour they stole from us. Fucking.
That's what it is. We're all hungover from the hour they took.
That's what it is. But whatever.
All right. So Andy asked this question, and he prefaces it by, "This has probably been asked a million times, but on the off chance, most of us are of the age it feels that we are 80s children. Well, most of us. So what was the toy? Well, I said most of us. I said what is? Yeah, exactly. So what was the toy collection related that you remember playing with the most as a child? And what was the one piece that got you collecting again? And then he says his was G1 Six Shot and then Masterpiece Starscream. So what do you guys remember playing with the most? I don't know if we've ever actually answered that question.
Yeah, that's
a
a
good
good question. Yeah, that's definitely a good one. What was the one line we remember playing the most with as a child? For me, being a late 70s baby, it was Star Wars. Star Wars was definite what I remember as a young kid, but then more into my young teens was more G.I. Joe, and then into Transformers, because that's G.I. Joe was out before Transformers, but that's how it ran for me. And I mean, of course, all the other extra shit that came around it, but yeah, but I would have to say I remember the most was Star Wars. That was the first one. That was like before the. I mean, I fucked around with some Megos and stuff like that, but I was too young to understand what I was playing with, you know?
So mine would be G.I. Joe. I mean, I played with G.I. Joe so much. I mean, I had so much G.I. Joe stuff. Figures. I had the flag. We had all the planes. And
Nice. Yeah.
all the bigger vehicles, and we had my dad had finished the attic.
How old were you around that time?
23. No, I'm kidding.
42.
So G.I. I mean, let's see. What year did the flag come out? Was it 87?
No, it's got to be before that, man. Remember, G.I. Joe started before Transformers, so let's see. We had this little box that connects the other box. G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
Flag.
65.
What year?
75.
85.
85.
85.
Yeah.
So I was 9 when that came out.
And G.I. Joe, what they start like 82, 83,
80. Maybe I don't
I think
remember.
the comic was 82 because the comic came out before the fucking figs to promote the figs because they couldn't do the cartoon yet. And then Reagan lifted the fucking ban, and then shit just went all crazy.
Yeah, I'm trying to think when that started too. I'm trying to remember that episode of The Toys That Made Us.
Yo, the best thing was like we used to watch these commercials, cartoon commercials for a comic book.
Yep.
They promoted the comic book. They couldn't promote the toys yet. It was the way for us to get into the comic book, read the comic book, want the toys, and then the ban was fucking dropped, and then you could start making fucking cartoons about toys, unless if you had some sort of message in that show. You know what I mean? Like they used to do the thing at the end.
And knowing is half the battle.
Knowing half the battle and stuff like that. It had to be educational. So
hang on,
that's how they made it educational.
What is the knowing is the half the battle you remember the most distinctly?
I remember there was a kid drowning and he fell through the ice.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Put your heads in back and forth like a scissor. Was that Torpedo said that? He's like a scissor.
The two I remember the most is their spray painting in the garage with the door shut.
and then there was the one when there was a fire with barbecue.
Yeah, and the other one I remember is there's like a down power line and these kids are jumping their bikes over it in the middle of the desert. And
dude, you know what? You know what's so dope about that? They weren't on a cell phone.
Well, you know, thinking about that now is why are these grown ass men wandering around talking to these random kids?
Creepers.
Yeah, really.
GI creepers.
That was what about anybody else have any different memories of those PSAs? I guess they were.
Yeah, I none come to mind. I don't know. I remember like Bumblebee saying something at one point to some kid.
I don't think Transformers really had PSAs at the end. They didn't have PSAs at the end like the other ones. I don't know how they got that pass.
Yeah.
But I recall, like, you know, if you were promoting some sort of a toy or product with your show, you had to have some sort of PSA or message in every episode. So that's when shout out to Ronnie Reagan.
Well, you got to remember, you know, Transformers featured the nation of Carbamia.
Yeah. See how that went well.
Yeah, which was obviously it appeared to be Libya at the time, but you know,
as far as for me, fans. As a kid, the toys I play with most, you know, me and my friends are kind of all over the place. I remember combining toy lines a lot. Like He-Man and the Turtles would fight. Of course, you know, they were separated apart by years, right? I don't know, a couple of years at least, you know, stuff like that. And I remember Lego, of course, being a big thing. And I just dug them out this weekend, my old Starcom stuff. That was always a good time as well.
I think I had one piece of Starcom. I had I guess it's kind of the generic ship with the wings that folded up.
Yeah.
I'm sure you know the name of it.
That's here. Star Max Bomber.
You know what's funny for me
Or
is
the
like,
Star Wars.
the Star Wars was less and the G.I. Joe was more that one Christmas year. You know, it was like Jedi was out. The toys were dying, and then G.I. Joe was just like taking over. And I remember that one Christmas, it was we were always able to open up one gift early on Christmas Eve, like around 5-6 o'clock. And it was my mom had like a comic book pack. She bought like 5 G.I. Joe comics.
Nice.
I've never read yet. And that was, she said, and she kind of knew. She was like, here you go, read this, open this. And I opened it. And like for the next 5 hours, all I did was read those books. You know what I mean? And love those books. And then that night, I got hit with a wave of fucking G.I. Joe shit, man. It was like one of the best Christmases I think my mom did in a while. I don't know where she borrowed the money from. I don't know what happened. I don't know. God bless her. Rest in peace. Her birthday's tomorrow. But I don't know what happened with that, but it was one of the best Christmases we had in a very long time.
So, Dust, was that your introduction to G.I. Joe, or you just had never read the comics?
Well, I knew about it from TV with the commercials, because back in the day, they did those cartoon commercials to promote the comic book.
Right.
But I was into comic books, but I never bought the G.I. Joe comic book. I just didn't do it because I was buying my X-Men. My money was limited, so I bought the titles that I wanted to read at the time. And it was like, I want to get into it, but I don't know. And then you started seeing the toys leaking and how the toys were coming out. And she just, it was like perfectly planned, man. I don't know how she did it. She just dropped those comics early. Here you go. I'm going to keep you busy for 5 hours. And then at midnight, when it's Christmas, on Christmas Eve, your mind's going to get blown. I mean, I'm telling you guys, man, I had the Sky Striker, the fucking base, figures galore, vehicles, the Hiss tank, this thing, that thing. I don't know what happened. The year before, we were fucking scratching fucking pennies together, trying to, you know what I mean? So I don't know.
Maybe she hit big on it. Maybe she hit big on a scratcher.
Yeah, she was a big lotto player, man, back in the day. She played those 3s and the 4s back in the New York Lotto days. So I don't know, but God bless her, man. She died at 42, man. 42. Yeah. It's fucking sick. Yeah. Sickening. All right, I'm not down in this. Let's keep it rolling, people.
So, Jane, what about you? As a kid, what did you play with the most?
I played probably G.I. Joe just because they were easy to pick up and get.
I was a lazy child.
I mean, Transformers, they're fun, but I didn't have that many. I mean, I had Fort Max, but that was towards the latter part. And Fort Max became part of the G.I. Joe base. So,
right.
All right. But I hated transforming the Transformers to go from one part of the yard to the other. Yep. Mask I loved because you push a button, it's spring loaded, boom, you're good to go. In Mask, or in G.I. Joe, I mean, I was like the same as Dust. I was into Star Wars, and they all could mesh together. Vehicles could work both ways and such. So that's what I did.
3 and 3/4 life.
You know what's crazy? I never owned a single Star Wars toy as a child.
Really?
Nope. I didn't even really. I mean, I knew what Star Wars was, but didn't care at all. I don't even remember looking at the toys in the aisle and thinking that I wanted anything. I mean, I knew kids that had like the Millennium Falcon and stuff, but it just seemed. I don't know. It's strange to think about now, but it just seems so foreign to me. Like I didn't understand it, and I didn't. Kind of like Dragon Ball now, I guess.
Oh.
I don't know. But now, I mean, I love Star Wars. And
that's why you're a prequel guy.
Maybe it is because that's really how I got. That was my Star Wars shit, my jam. So, although I was in my 20s,
G.I. Joe and Star Wars for. I love 3 3/4 inch. It took me a while to get on board with the 6 inch or anything larger scale. It's just like that's not what I'm used to. I'm just recounting because I'm one of those typical, as they quote, recapturing your childhood collector when the internet boomed. And I was like, all right. Once we finally got the Toy Biz Marvel Legends and DC Classics, I'm like, man. Price scale, yeah, but they're just bigger. Weird. So.
Well, the second part of his question was, did everybody answer? I think Dan. Well, Dan, you didn't. So obviously, Dan, you're from a different generation.
Mhm.
You're about generously 10 years younger than the majority of us.
Close.
What
20
what
on my side.
what was your go-to toys when you were a kid?
My go-to. I really did think about it for a minute. It was. No way. I had the Transformers Armada stuff, and I played with G.I. Joe. Those are the ones that really stuck out. I played with those a lot. So those were, my toys growing up.
So I'm thinking, like, what GI Joes would you have been playing with? Like the 25th anniversary stuff?
Renegades, I believe, is what the line was called.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, so that was kind of like the almost anime style cartoon they had, right?
No, that's the. I know it's Sigma 6. I think that's the one you're thinking of.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I remember Sigma 6. They had like some very oddly scaled stuff in that line.
Yeah, I think that's the one, isn't it?
Yep.
But yeah.
They were more of like an 8-inch scale figure.
Yeah. Then yeah. But Renegades is what I'm thinking of. Yeah, I mean, maybe it's on anime. I don't know. It's a very stylized animation, I'll say.
Yeah, Renegades was stylized.
Yeah. More so than what obviously we were used to from back in the day. So, well, the second part of his question is what got you back in collecting? And I'll say I never really stopped. I never really stopped. There's probably a period of time in my early 20s for maybe 3 or 4 years where I didn't collect something figure wise. But I remember in high school, the Kenner Alien Predator stuff came out, and I got all that. And that's the last thing I remember really as a child buying. And I picked up I collected wrestling figures. The who made the bone crunching action ones? Who made those? The WWF figures. Oh, come on.
Back in the Jacks.
Oh, Jack's Pacific.
Yeah, it was Jax. Yeah.
So
I still got a couple of those guys.
Man, I probably had 100 wrestling figures, and I'd go Skid Raid, and get them and get in fights with people that worked at Walmart about it. Because this was back when like you go to the Walmart aisle would they had the whole aisle for episode 1 that came out of Star Wars, and the next aisle they had a whole aisle of wrestling figures, and I had every single one of them. I collected like I went back and got some of the WCW stuff that came out that was pretty random, and the ECW. I remember San Francisco Toy Makers made the ECW, so I had those. And
yeah, the cheap ones. Wow, they were really bad.
Yeah, and geez, man, car robots obviously, RID back then got me back into Transformers, and then I bought Armada and some of those stuff. Not all of it, but a lot of it, and then Masterpiece came along, rolled into that, and yada yada yada. Here we are today.
Yeah, around that era was where I stopped, around the car robot stuff, the Japanese stuff, the Takara stuff. And then it just slowed down for me. I was all over the place back then. It was like Power of the Force, the 90s stuff, all that stuff. And then I was more concentrating on records, my music, collecting records. I was always collecting something, this is what we do. And then around 2012, I got back into Transformers. So that's for me.
For me,
next.
For me, I never stopped collecting primes. They're all right there. Well, not all of them, but like when I moved out and grew up and stuff like that, like I went on eBay and got some of the ones that I never knew of, like Machine Wars Prime, Laser Prime, stuff like that, and I would just collect that. But then that one day in 2012, when I was just sitting outside enjoying a beer, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna Google Devastator. I want to look at some pictures of Devastator, and sure enough, Hercules showed up, and it just blew my mind. I'm like, what the hell is this? This is not what I remember. It's better. And then doing research, then I found video reviews that night, and what the hell is third party? It's not real. What? I don't understand. How do you get this stuff then if it's not real, or not official? And dude, Hercules is responsible for all of this stuff around me right now. Damn you.
Like you looked.
Damn you, Hercules. And he's all the way up the top. I don't know if you can see him. He's kind of hanging up there. in between Fort Max and Metroplex. But yep.
Who else?
I got back into it when I found I think it was like the leader class Bumblebee from, might have been Dark of the Moon. That kind of brought me back into the fold there. I just started buying up like the chugs. Shout out to Chug Life.
Chug life.
Chug life.
No, then I found Instagram, found all these other toys and shit, started buying up that way, and then
Found all these other nerds.
yeah. And funny enough, like just to talk about Dragon Ball for a moment, I saw the Figuarts Goku or whatever, which I looked the other day, and I've had that thing for 4 years now. But I saw it on Amazon for like $50-$60. I'm like, well, I really like Dragon Ball. You know, I'll just buy this one figure. I don't need to buy any more. Yeah, exactly.
How many do you have?
It's too many to fucking count. A lot.
Yeah.
Probably in the 20s or probably in the 20s maybe. Not 30s, I don't think. 'Cause I have plenty out on display, but there's plenty that are still in the box because I don't have the room to show them off. But just how it goes. Started out with Transformers again, then it snowballed into Marvel Legends, Figuarts, and all that nonsense. Now fucking dolls.
Dolls. What about you, James? I want to hear your saga here.
You want the long or short?
That could be a spotlight video.
Yeah, you could do. You could do a whole segment on your.
You could do an hour and a half spotlight.
Blast from the past, James collection. However you want
Give
to
us the
tell it.
trailer. Just give us the trailer.
Well, I mean, growing up, I didn't really collect the toys. I played with them, but I got into collecting sports cards and comics, and then that dominoed into getting stuff from like watching cartoons, and I'm like, oh, okay. Started looking at the tail end of G2 at some of the wacky colored, like Aerobots, Combaticons, and thinking, oh, I didn't have those as a kid. I still have my Fort Max. I was like, yeah, let's pick those up, and they're die cast, and they're like what we had, but they were just kind of like crappy colors. But I got my first Optimus Prime with the black trailer and all that. Then the Power of the Force came out, and I'm like, oh man, maybe I should pick those up. And that was the first time I actually did not open any of the carded stuff for some damn reason. So bought all that, got into other lines that were starting to come back, like G.I. Joe. Looking through like Wizard Price Guide, they had a showcase, or it was Toy Fair maybe. They had a showcase of the new G.I. Joe. The look, even though the actual toys didn't really look like what they showcased, but got into those, and then the internet boomed. eBay and Recapture the Childhood went after right at the same time the reissues for Transformers, so I could get a nice case fresh Optimus Prime, Sideswipe, all those type of guys.
Yeah, that got me too.
I could put the stickers on. I could relive those childhood memories of getting something that had the die cast and had the rubber tires and all that type of stuff, and it was fun. I got into anime, so that got me into Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
Gundam Wing, and that snowballed into a huge anime collection, and then I was already into video games, so every time a system would come out, I'd buy it, and I'd buy games for it. I probably have 600 games that I've not even played, but I bought them just because I needed to have them. My wife at the time was pissed that I would buy them. And we got into a lot of arguments about why I don't even like touch these things. And it's like, this is the way I am. And then I gravitated towards other things. 6-inch lines started coming out. So I was getting into Marvel Legends. I was getting into the Star Wars Black series. Most of the time I'm a backtracker. It comes out. I'm like that weird like animal that goes up, kind of sniffs it, kind of looks at it like, I don't know, I'm kind of weary. And then it becomes popular, like, shit, I should have got that. And so I have to go back and buy it all. And got into Brave. I got into a whole bunch of stuff. And it's still growing and dominoing from here. I mean, Mazinger Z is the latest thing. Player Arts Kai.
Yeah,
when I get into something,
you went deep with that, man.
When I get into something, I go balls deep. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. The Brave line, I got into that, and it only took me about 1.5 years, and I got every single one.
Damn.
Wow.
I got into the Japanese line. I pretty much finished that in about well, I've almost finished it, but for what I got, it was about like 2 years. So I mean, I get wrapped up into something, and I go really into it,
And it's done, man. You're done. You got it.
Yep. And then I go to the next thing, and
On to the next one.
whether it's Figma, I might get into the anime. Like, oh man, they made a line for this anime. That's cool. I'm gonna pick those up. Or oh crap, I've not gone to the doll life, and that's the one thing I don't think I will ever go to the doll life, because I would have to redo my entire collecting room, everything to display it. I mean, the thing that killed me as a player is Kai. It's the first time I got this huge action figures. They're 9 to 10 inches tall, and I'm like, oh man, that just totally screwed me up with having to manipulate shelves and all this type of crap. So I'm like, damn it. But it's what it is. That's what I collect, and I've been going strong.
Are you happy? You look at it and you're happy?
I'm happy.
Don't calculate. Don't get the calculator.
No, I don't. I mean,
calculator.
I can't do that.
You start getting that calculator going, and it's over.
If my wife did that, I'd be dead.
Yeah.
But
$40, honey. $40.
Everything's $20, $30.
Got all this
I will
on clearance.
admit, I love collecting. It's who I am. I've been doing it for almost probably 30 years, but I won't deny it. It's an addiction. So that's probably a little bit of it. I'm not.
What's the addiction to you? The anticipation of getting something new, opening something new, looking at something new.
The hunt.
The thrill of the hunt when you can find something at retail is like invigorating. It's like the runner's high. Because I used to do track and cross country, and there's nothing like that runner's high. And to go out to the thrill of the hunt, find something, you're like, yes. To have Christmas every day of the year is pretty cool. To see and I shit you not, a FedEx truck back into your driveway and unload almost a pallet worth of shit.
Pallet. They get the fork. The mini forklift comes out the back.
It's quite nice. There's nothing like that. And then also to embrace a community that actually does the same, whether it's, your level, no level, I don't really care, but to actually see like, I'm not a freak that what I do,
Yep.
So
you're not alone.
It's cool.
That's exactly right.
That's exactly why we started all this shit.
I think, look, who cares at the end of the day?
You're not the only one out there, man. You're not alone.
Yeah. I'm not going to converse with dudes in the store because they look shady, and they're probably saying the same thing about me. Like, oh, that guy's probably a scalper, and you're probably a scalper. But then to, talk to people on, in the groups and everything like that, and seeing other people's stuff, it's like, oh, this is cool. I'm not like, just like, you have to tell my wife, I'm not. I don't need to go see a shrink. See?
You're not an alien, man. You're not fucked up.
Dude, I'll tell you, my wife, there was a point in our relationship when I first started getting back into collecting heavy where she was like, this isn't my life now. I'm not going to do this. And, honestly, once she started meeting some of you guys, and this is back when we still lived back down south, but, once she started, seeing this interaction that we have, and, how I guess some of the pictures from the, going to TF Con, like I remember that first year, I told her, hey, I'm driving to Charlotte to meet these guys I've never met before, and I'm gonna hang out with them for the weekend.
What a fucking great!
It was bad. But at the end of the day, she obviously now understands it and is ingrained in the community, so to speak. So this obviously has helped a lot. I've always collected something. I collected sneakers to an extent, still not like I used to, because I spend a lot of my money on toys. But the community part of it is, I honestly sometimes think, I had this thought, and I'm going to say this out loud, and this is pretty harsh. Sometimes I think I collect just to have commonality with the community, because this is my social base. I don't have friends outside of this realm.
So if you thought like tomorrow you just stopped collecting everything, and you still had your collection, but stop buying new items, you don't think you could be able to interact or be part of this?
I mean, I could. Yeah. No. That's all I'm saying. I'm thinking sometimes
Because, that's my 2-year plan. So I'm
sometimes I think I buy stuff just to have to be able to talk,
just to have some conversation.
Conversation.
But, it's easy enough nowadays. You could buy something and flip it really easy.
Exactly. I mean, I could, and that's, I did a what's it called? Cribs video with Bobby. He hasn't put it out yet, but I say in there, this is my collection. This is my collection today. It's all fluid. It could all be gone tomorrow, and I'll be something else.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of collectors aren't like that. They're, James, for example, that's your shit, and it's going to be your shit until.
Well, you know what? Maybe we should get some Pinkerton reviews going.
Yeah.
Hot toys, man. There's not many people doing the hot toys, so get the Pinkerton reviews going, man.
Yeah, I'm good. I'll just build the dioramas.
That'll get you, or start fucking getting deep on your dioramas. Start doing some reviews of your dioramas to get that out there, man.
I tested out this weekend. I did a time lapse video just to see how it came out.
Yeah,
and it was pretty cool. Just give me, building the piece.
Yeah. Put some music, some Cobra Law music behind there.
Right, I've got some glitter on my Yeezys I can use.
Glitter on my Yeezys. But yeah, man, just this is how you branch out from what you're doing,
right? And I think
to keep you interested and involved.
I think the diorama. And don't get me wrong, I'm not bored with anything. I'm not bored with any aspect of it. The thought crossed my mind, and a part of it is I was talking to somebody about like that Bane figure. I opened it. I moved it around a little bit. I put it on the shelf.
Yeah, man.
I don't have time. My free time is building shit, dioramas.
Yeah, I wish that was my issue. I just fucking open it and don't give a fuck no more.
And it's funny. I was talking to somebody else. I was talking to JD today. He was asking me a question about something, and we were exchanging some, pleasantries. And he showed me a picture of something he was building. I showed him some stuff I was working on, and I asked him, is that for somebody or is it yours? He said, no, it's for me. I said, I should do that one of these days. I should build
make something for yourself. Yeah. Yep.
And I really do need to just step back and do that. I think that would make me happy to build something that I keep because
getting some more love.
The only diorama I actually have that's mine, I don't know if you can see it. It's the one that just tagged up. I'm not getting rid of that one.
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of cherish that it's work on that together. So
before we move on, I just wanted to tack on something to what James said about the community. Like I was even talking to Chris about it earlier. Like in the realm today, there was somebody who kind of reached out, was feeling kind of down or whatever. It's like, well, maybe I should just sell it all. What am I doing with my life? Shit like that, And people were like that to come to the aid and be like, no, we all kind of get that way. We just, It's mainly just the community aspect. Is what I'm speaking on is how quick people are. Some people just put the toys down, and they'll wrap their arms around you and hug you, let you know, hey, you're fine.
Dan, to elaborate on
one that has those issues or those thoughts.
Yeah. So what I'll say, Dan, is the Realm of Collectors Facebook group is very unique.
Yeah.
Because there's not many groups out there where you would get that.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's what's so special.
A lot of the groups would be like, send me pictures of what you're selling.
Yeah, or they'd be fucking making fun of them, or being a dick or a douchebag. Yeah.
So,
it was a nice thing to see, because somebody who was hurting, they just needed to vent a little bit, and just to see people just so quick to jump in and say, hey, it's all right, we all kind of get that way, but
it's the case of not having someone like you in your area that you could talk to. So you need an outlet, and you found that outlet.
Yeah.
It's like, arguing about the Black Panther. There's lots of places to do that, but don't do it in the Realm of Collectors group anymore.
Take it to that DMs, man. Take it to
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, Dan, that was a really nice post. I actually was having a really busy day at work, and when I needed to get a breather, I just walked away from my desk, went to our little common area, and just kind of read through that thread. It was a really good read.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was awesome that we have such a group that is, we're active, but it's not just toy picks. It's people talk about life.
Yep.
They're
not so quick to say "fuck you, idiot," die. Like other groups,
except when they're arguing about Black Panther.
Yeah, unless it's Black Panther, of course. You know how that.
So
agitators.
12 stars. Best movie ever.
Yeah, best movie ever. Changed my life.
Changed my life. Yeah. Cool deal. Well, interesting show tonight.
We went a little late, man. I thought we were trying to hopefully we were going to make an hour and a half. We made 2:15.
So we always have that fear when the news is slim. We don't have much to talk about, but we always We always stumble in. So thank you to the Realm for the questions.
Realm.
Realm. Once again, our Facebook group is Realm of Collectors. On Facebook, it is a closed group. Hey, listen, anybody can get 2,000 members in 2 days by just adding every motherfucker that you know. We're a little more picky than that.
Quality
over quantity. Yeah.
Period.
So, and please stop adding me to your fucking groups that you start.
Yeah, me too.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I don't care about your events and your groups, man. Chill. If I find it, I'll go there.
Don't name your groups the same as another group that's just one word different because
it brings beef on us.
Yeah. So, anyways, Mr. Brink, chat monitor Brink.
The chat monitor.
What's going on with the chat squad tonight?
Can I get a sash? What is it? Like a belt?
Yeah, we're gonna get you a sash.
Hey, when I come to your house and punch you in the mouth, I'm gonna bring you a vest that says chat monitor on it.
Chat monitor.
Yeah.
So what's going on with the chat squad? It was pretty deep here tonight.
Oh yeah, chat squad was really deep, man. We had, of course, we're all over the place from
like
new
a bad rash.
questions to kick-starting stuff and whatever. So everybody's starting to chime in here. Good stuff all around. So let's get started, shall we? We had Hurricane BX was in here. True Star Screamer EE Prime 20. We had a newcomer X-Core 84.
What's up
today?
No, Northern Jersey dude.
Northern Jersey?
Yeah, he's from Northern Jersey.
All right, man. Let's see here. We had Rob M, Dapper Tryon, Rogue War 71, Soundwave Will, Ralph the Vendetta, Afate was in here. We had Dolcar Toys and Stuff, Adamus Nitron, Sunday Heat, Deluxe Baldwin.
Heat.
Ralph L was in here, KJ Smith, Night of Ren. We had Jason L, Ed F in here, Riverbots, Frank K, Energon Addict, Lucas B, Paul L, Bloodsport 1, which I think is also a newcomer. Rexbot, Gabriel was in here, G Money, Classic Scuzz, Jiraiya Sama 7, Josh F, Codemus Prime. We also had in here a newcomer, Fred, aka Papa Pink.
Hey, Papa Pink, come on
Who
now.
the fuck was that? Was he trying to? Was he fucking poaching his new mixtape in the chat?
He's trying to get that Cobra Law deal.
Yeah, well, hit me up. We got beats for days. Get that PayPal ready.
Abraham was in here. Studio Dre, Jason Y, Paul C. We had JD Pigment Surgery, Frogman 78 was in here. The Angry Christian, Lord Shadowkeeper. We had Weddy 8-Ball Pool.
What? Rewind. What was that?
Weddy 8-Ball Pool, who came in here talking a different language.
Oh,
so yeah.
I'm sure everybody really embraced that.
Yeah.
But shout out to you, dude.
We had Nick, the Honey Child, Masterpiece Ship Piece was in here.
What?
That's
the Honey Child and Masterpiece Ship Piece was in here. That's
right.
Fucking great.
He's Honey Child. That's what his post.
Great.
Woman
that's fucking dope.
Calls him.
Putting those together was fantastic.
We had Cabalta, Brad D, Adrian A, Dare 2727. Robert D came in here. Dave J, Big Kid Toys, Holster 27. Anthony B, Marcus K, Sportimus, Beezy Fresh, Lance K, Big Dom was in here. Chicken Fried Steak.
Sounds so good right now.
Night Wingham says, I was here. Did you not shout out Night Wingham? Chat Wingham?
Oh, you know what?
You missed him?
He's here at the end. Mark 44 Prime and Chat Wingham was in here.
Wow, you missed Chat Wingham. He's probably like, I don't think he was the first one in here, but he's got to be up in there.
Yeah, that's what screwed me up. I'm used to him being first.
He wasn't first.
That wraps that up.
Well, thanks, Mr. Brink, for running down the chat squad there.
Problem.
Chat squad. So, that's gonna wrap it up. So let's run down the line, and you can tell the good people out there in the internet world where you at, Brian.
You can find me, Brian Brink, in Facebook groups, at Brinkalizer on Instagram, and I will be searching high and low for that extra hour of sleep that got stolen from me this week.
Fucking robbed you.
So Brian, just real quick, you misspelled mannequin very badly. I don't know if you
You know, I
Mankiun, mannequin.
I even Googled it a couple times and I spelled it wrong.
Man, can't.
I'm pretty sure that's right. It doesn't look
Yeah.
right.
MANN.
It's MANIQUIENNE.
Oh,
Oh. Why are you looking up at the ceiling, Dan? The
So I had to
answer's
think
right there.
about it.
Now, while you're thinking, Dan, tell the good folks where you at.
I am Harvey_Den on Instagram, and I am just waiting for UPS to drop something off.
Nice. Is it Monique version 2?
Let's just say it's a doll life.
He gets the
Oh.
hands. He gets the hands and the legs.
Nice. Dust.
Dust Mites on Instagram, Eddie Dust Mites in the Facebook groups. Dust Mites on Xbox Live. I am not twitting or whatever the fuck those other things are anymore because I'm too much time wasting.
It was twerking one of them?
Twerking, yeah, twerker or tweaking. Eddie Dust Mites Massey on the Tinder. And don't forget Cobra Law podcast on iTunes, probably by a day or two now. Ace is working on it right now. Thank you. Shout out to Ace Milo for working on that for us.
Hey, shout out to Ace. Listen, I did that shit. I did 2 shows. To upload the audio. That's a pain in the dick. So shout out to Ace for doing that.
Yeah, Ace really fucking helps
for
us out,
22 shows or whatever. And I don't know how many he puts up. He puts up half the cool table.
Yep.
So shout out to Ace.
Yeah, man. The webmaster Ace.
Webmaster Ace. 1985. That's when he started doing the webmastering, according to official
It's a piece of shit.
It's a piece of shit. It still is.
Piece of shit.
Shout out to 72-inch TVs.
And Figure Banging will be back. Ace is on a hiatus right now. He's moved into a new crib. He's getting shit locked down. So we'll hit you up and let you know when we come back with a new
Get that
episode.
stripper pole, Ace.
Speaking of 72-inch TVs, James, since that's how big the TV is in your bathroom, tell them where you at.
Love watching me movies in my bathroom. You can find me on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. Victory Saber 77.
I'm Pinkerton, P&K R10, Christopher Adam Pinkerton. That's Instagram, Christopher Adam Pinkerton on Facebook. Because that's what my mama named me. Crashbox Customs on your social media. I make stuff. That's going to wrap it up for us tonight. Breaking the Mold tomorrow night on this station at 8 p.m. With a whole nother gang of foolish gentlemen talking about foolish things. So that's going to do it for us. Thank you for joining us. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you were here with us, and we appreciate that. I'm done talking.
All right. Unbroadcasted Hangout link will be in the Facebook groups. And thank you guys. Anybody else? Anybody? Dan? Right.
Dragon Balls.
See.
Nice. That's all we
Cool.
got.